Sounds like you're about to tell us a scary story. That's your other podcast. And for Joey's other podcast, we always post it on after our show.
Yeah. I'm tired because I was doing Far Down the Rabbit Hole podcast. I'm also tired because I'm a dad on Dad Fighter podcast. That's on Tuesdays. So it's facebook.com/MMA Bug, Facebook.com/MMA
You gotta get banned.
MMA Smash podcast. Any other plugins? We're rocking and rolling. I just don't have a cool banner. I'm just a guest. Guests don't have the privilege. I'm a peasant on this show.
Dad
I'm just
Fighters.
a peasant.
Smash Rabbit Hole.
Spell peasant. I bet neither one of you can spell peasant right now. Go. 1, 2, 3.
Peaseant. Spell that right?
I don't know. All I heard was MICKEYMOUSC. I don't know. Kids should have stuck in my head. Dad Fighter podcast on MMA. It's contagious. That joke's contagious. How many episodes during the season you think you could run with that joke?
I spelled the same way with an E though.
It's with an E at the end?
Well, that's what I did.
So there's no H and a silent P and X in it?
Present?
I haven't had enough coffee. My jokes are still lackluster because I didn't drink enough coffee.
So the way we're going to start this new format is I'm going to introduce us. We're going to watch a funny clip, and then
There's a new format? I don't like change. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, not really.
I'm sorry.
I just wanted to enter. I wanted us to have a funny.
Why are you always trying to change me? Why can't you accept me for who I am?
I just think you could be better.
This is our problem.
You could be better.
Yeah, but what have you done for me lately?
What haven't I done for you? The beard was for you. I grew this beard for you.
I asked for the little simple things. I just want to be held. What's wrong with that?
Oh, fuck. I'll hold down.
You see, this is what he does, Eddie. He ignores me.
I'm not part of this, man.
I'm sorry. I just needed to fuck up the show as soon as it started. Tell me, wake up. I'm tired. But just start from the beginning. Start all the way from the beginning. I'm gonna act like a normal human being for a second.
3, 2.
This is really hard. I already want to fuck.
Welcome everybody to the After Hours show with Joe and Steve. This is Eddie. He's gonna be in the logos. I'm creating new logos. All right, so what's going on, everybody?
So you don't say who I am? Damn, this is my punishment.
No, you're on the poster. So people know who you are already, and you have 100 podcasts.
Oh, thank you. That is a great compliment. You know,
they don't know.
That's how you start off a show. You flatter somebody, just bring a smile to their face.
Yeah. They don't know Eddie yet because I'm gonna put Eddie right.
Eddie didn't have to know that. Why'd you say it? He's right there.
Okay. I hide from the government that way, so it's okay.
Nobody's hiding from the government. They know everything.
I think I mentioned in the last episode. I said, Eddie, I feel bad you're not in the logo right now, but he will be.
You should just add his head in the middle and his arms over our shoulder.
I was going to, yeah, I'll have somebody do it for us.
This is why we're together, because we all have one brain.
We'll call it After Hours with Eddie, Joe, and Steve.
With Joe, Eddie, Steve.
Or just After Hours with Eddie.
Damn, that means you gotta change it. That means you gotta change the banner and come back and re-edit it.
You mean this banner?
That banner.
After Hours with Joe and Steve?
Yeah. All that hard work and promotion just went down the drain.
No, we're good.
We can keep that.
We can keep the name like Opie and Anthony. They had a whole bunch of other people on, but they didn't put them in the title.
Oh, so you're trying to have like
I'm trying to create an empire.
Oh.
An empire of just silly gifts and shit. So let's start the show, guys. I'm gonna show you a clip. We'll react to it and then I'll play the intro. Okay? Let me share my screen. This is
What if I don't want to react to it? Do I have to?
I mean, I could just drop you from the fucking stream. I don't care.
Fucking test me. Test me right now.
You got the power to drop
from
this fucking stream.
Can I just remain silent?
Yeah.
Like this with a face?
Just look dead in the screen. Like this.
Wait, no, now I can do it. Hold on.
Let's see if you can keep that during this clip.
Let me get my dead eyes.
Yeah. This is also for you, Joey, because you're a dad. And you also have Dad Fighters podcast. And this
yeah, I was just going to say Dad Fighters podcast. Facebook.com/MMA. I'm sorry, guys. We're going to stop promoting. We just can't help it.
All right, here we go. Let's watch. Let's see if you guys like this shit.
I already don't like his pants. That's not part of it. Run that back. Run that back. That I need to see at least 3 times. What is? I need to
balance.
I need to assess what is happening. So first of all, he got pretty decent balance, pretty good. He's going good. Things are going well. Why did he jump in his TV? Oh, he's on the VR set.
Yeah.
So you know what? I just think they deserve that. I wouldn't let anyone with a VR set do that in front of my TV. I'm sorry.
I don't know what the fuck they're
TV's
thinking.
gonna break.
Like, first of all,
Got it coming.
first of all, why is he jumping at the end of this at the end of this in the first place?
Also, is the
We don't know what he's
part of
watching.
VR experience?
For all we know, he could be playing like I don't know. He could have seen like a big vault of money like Uncle Scrooge and was jumping in that shit. We don't know what he was watching.
Watch on the screen. It's just him.
He could have been watching midget porn and it was a bed full of midgets.
I gotta get there.
We don't know. Don't judge. Don't judge, Steve.
It looks
We don't
like
judge on the show. We criticize, but we don't judge.
he's just walking on, I guess, a board over a skyscraper, I think. And
Oh, okay. So that's the image on his thing. Gotcha.
yeah, this is the image. And at the end, he just jumps off of it.
Because he wanted to die.
Yeah,
Yes.
this dad. This is a crime.
Problem mystery solved. I'm so good at this.
It's a crime.
You guys lucky you brought me on the show to solve these mysteries. These are hard boiled. Oh, yeah, he jumped up pretty high. I thought he was gonna like suddenly activate his Iron Man, Spider-Man suit or something. Like he was pretty athletic the way he jumped.
Have you ever played around with VR yet?
Oh no.
Did it once in at the mall.
Did you do an HTC Vive or like an actual good one?
I don't. To be honest, I don't know those terms. But I did VR back in the day. I thought you meant like PlayStation VR. I never had a PlayStation VR set, but there used to be a place called XS in Manhattan. That was pretty cool. They had a game. The games were like $5-10 each, but it was worth it. I did like Pac-Man. Yo, honestly, that was one of the greatest experiences I've ever had. It was real life Pac-Man. Like I was in Pac-Man world. I died right away. They were nice enough to let me play a second time because I was too busy just looking at how cool everything was. But I remember just standing there. There was like a world, like walls, and like a sky, bro. And I was just looking at this like digital sun, and I was like, "Oh wow, that's crazy." And I turned around, and there's a gigantic ghost about 2-3 stories high. That's what it like my perspective.
A horrifying scenario.
I mean, yes, and it wasn't because I wasn't like scared. I was just like, "Yo," you know, like growing up. That's the highest level you could think of. Is like experiencing virtual reality. So I was kind of young. It was a long time ago. I think that was at least 10, 15 years ago. It was cool, yo, but it was literally the size of a 2-3 story building. Fucking, it was an amazing experience. I just sat there and let it like crush me. And they laughed at me because I died literally under a minute. And the woman was like, yo, I'll let you do it again. So I went again and I actually got to run around a little bit. At that time, I had no cardio. I got winded right away. But at least I lasted twice as long. And they wasn't going to give me a third free game. But that shit was hot. Yeah, and then I did some shit where I was like flying around catching butterflies. And it was like a race car. Those are the 3 experiences I had.
Now it's pretty immersive. Like if you get the HTC Vive or the PlayStation VR, like I remember I was fucking around with it, and there's this one scene, you know, you can play like some demos, and you're in like a forest and it's dark and like the fuck, you know, and it's really like even it's surround sound noise canceling, so you really feel like you're there, and all of a sudden something's in the distance, and it's fucking like this like hand that turns into like a dinosaur. It's fucking weird. And
that sounds pretty cool. I wouldn't mind experiencing
the worst
that.
ones though are the scary ones, and this kind of happened to
I
me.
love that.
See how this guy took it too seriously and jumped in real life. This like some VR games actually make you react in real life.
Yeah.
Like, you start off in this haunted house and there's a clown after you, so you're already fucking scared. So, and this one wasn't as good because it was the phone VR. It was the headset that you plug your phone into.
Oculus.
Pixelated, but still pretty immersive.
The Broculus. I mean Oculus.
Yeah, new Oculus Rift.
The Broculus.
Brocasolus.
I'm trying, bro. I'm just warming up.
And then, so I'm looking around, and you start in this room, and then I start walking, and there's a door. I open the door. I'm like, shit, you know? I get to the door, and there's a staircase. I'm like, oh fuck, so I'm gonna go this way. I go this way, and then I look back at the staircase, and up the stairs, like leaning over to the stair rail, it's fucking looking at me already, like this. I'm like, oh fuck. So
like this.
Almost
that was
the woman next to me.
That was the point you soiled your pants.
Oh, it was scary as fuck.
Were you wearing your diaper that day?
No, it was Tuesday.
How do you go to a place like that without a diaper? You ain't prepared.
It was
You're not a
fucking scary.
Mr. Prepared.
I can't picture that.
That
It,
sounds fun. I would love to experience that.
it still haunts me, like seeing that fucking clown peeking.
I would love it.
over.
I played that Resident Evil 7 reboot. Really awesome game. I would love to experience the VR on that. You guys
Which one?
didn't play the VR on that, right? Well,
The
the Resident Evil 7 has both modes. If you got a VR set, you can play it in VR.
Which one's Resident Evil 7?
You know, guys have
Is that the one in the bayou?
but yeah, it's a little hard to hear you, but yeah, you said the bayou, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the marshes.
Should I raise my?
That shit is hot. I don't want to spoil it, but it's really different from Resident Evil. Yet it's 100% like what Resident Evil is, and it really hits it on the button. Should I get a better light? You guys like the shadows, the glow? Is that annoying? Is that bad? Because I'll change it. I'm just being lazy right now. I'm tired. I'm tired, guys. It's fucking Friday. I was sleeping on my couch. I ate some Chinese food. And I'm really exhausted. I had like 3 hours sleep, so I apologize for my razzled frazzledness.
He's having a stroke.
Hashtag that frazzled razzledness. Are we gonna get T-shirts for all the cool things we say? I like it. I want a T-shirt that says frazzled razzledness
That's
or
just
something like that.
catchphrases.
It is. It is.
Okay,
It
my
is.
razzle frazzle self. You picture it, you're like, oh.
Yeah. You see, the marketing genius.
So the world's on fire right now. How's that
Oh,
going?
yes.
Guys?
But what else is new?
Let's not talk about the world on fire. What
I
else?
just keep going, keep it moving. Wipe off ketchup from my.
Chinese food. You put ketchup on your Chinese food, you sick fuck.
You know, it's funny. I thought you. Wow.
What?
I was like, yo, I just said ketchup for Chinese food, so they're gonna know I put some ketchup on my Chinese food,
Oh,
and they're gonna
do.
say I'm
You
weird.
do?
Nah, I mean, yes and no. It just got on there, kind of. It was mostly duck sauce.
Oh, God.
But it's a long story. You know, when you go to Chinese, you can get things like fried chicken. You know,
Oh,
they,
yeah,
they sell un-Chinese things at the Chinese spot.
At the Chinese buffet, I always feel like a weirdo.
But that's disrespectful. You gotta at least buy something Chinese. You know how disrespectful that is? I know if I worked at a Chinese spot and people kept buying French fries and chicken wings, I kind of take it personal. I'm like, you can't even buy people's food or these goddamn French fries again.
I feel like fried chicken wings, the Chinese fried chicken wings, a little different than regular fried chicken wings.
It's true. It hits differently. It definitely hits.
It hits. Joey, remember we used to go.
That's what the kids say now. This is how I stay relevant. Get with it.
Slaps.
Me and
It's-
Joey used to have MMA bug meetings at the Chinese buffet in Riverhead. Remember that?
Yeah, good times. If they ever fucking bring a buffet, if we ever see a buffet ever again.
We had that one sushi one we went to.
Sushi Palace, right?
Yeah, something. It was in Stony Brook, right?
Oh no, that was different. No, I think you're right.
Remember that universe?
Remember when me and Joey we went to one and they charged me for like 6 people?
Yeah, now that you mentioned, yeah, I remember. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't just you. They charged me for like 4 and him for like 6 or 8, and I was like, yo, they foul. They just did a 30.
People right there. Where's the lunch special?
I was like, I get it, we're big, but shouldn't it be like just 2 people? Like they literally charged me like 4 people and him like 6 people. Like what the fuck? They're like, okay, he's a little bit bigger, so give him two more on his fucking. Like it's crazy. I wonder if like I would have brought a kid. I would have been like, well, if he's 4 people, this kid is a half a person. Fuck that.
They closed down all the Chinese buffets by us too. I miss them.
Buffets and anything. I don't even know if they're ever gonna open. You know, with all this shit going on, they're trying to change everything and whatever.
Yeah.
That's been.
I used to always get, speaking on the chicken wings, I used to always get like the chicken nuggets, the fries, at Chinese buffet. I'm like, now.
The first rule of survival in an apocalypse is not to sit around and talk about the good old days. I'm here like I'm depressed and now I'm probably gonna die. He's risking the life of the pack right now. It's not how you survive an apocalypse, Steve.
Those were the old days. Those were the old days.
Because I feel like we're sitting around a campfire, sharing a can of beans, and we're just like, "Yo, man, remember before the world burned?"
What about
it is?
Talk about New Hope. You're gonna die. That's why. I'm about to retire in 3 days. Dead. You just killed yourself.
I thought you were serious for a second. I forgot we were joking. I was like, "You're to retire? Congratulations, buddy." It's like, God damn, you ain't retiring young. You look young, Eddie.
Thank you.
I was like, no, you're old, but you kind of young for retiring.
I'll take that.
You're not supposed to retire until like 82. That's what they want us now.
Mhm.
They want you to, enjoy retirement in the nursing home.
My aunt retired, and then she got a job the next day. I'm like, the fuck? That's not how it's supposed to work.
She's a hustler. She's like checks on checks. That's what that is.
She's like, I'm retiring, yay! And then she gets a job. I'm like, what the? Why you have? I'm not retired.
Why didn't you just stay where you were?
That's what they've done to us. It's like no rest for the
rest for the wicked.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I like this song.
You can't even retire anymore. You don't make enough. It's fucking sad.
Yeah. They fucked that whole game up. That was one of my many things I argued with for so many years ago. I'm sorry. While you guys are talking, I'm just pulling up stuff I can show you guys later when that segment comes. What was that?
You're looking at porn. You're screen in your eyes. It's all porn.
What kind? What kind?
Hente.
Who wants to guess?
Clown porn, just lots of clown porns.
clown. But what kind? There's many clown porns.
Sad clown.
They're pulling out scars out of someone's anus.
What did I just say I was doing, guys? Oh yeah, I remember.
We're talking about buffets.
After our show live, that's why I got good stuff to show you guys. But y'all not supposed to focus on me. I was supposed to do this like discreetly. Y'all staring at me as I do it. Stop using your segment. I'm ready whenever you feel like doing that. But in the meantime, what's next? You show me one video. All this time you had one video, Steve?
That's it.
Is that what you're telling me, bud?
That's it.
All right. Now hit the opening.
I woke up from my dream. I deprived my sleep. So what's up? You got another video?
Yeah, of course.
So roll it, buddy.
You said that I
want to see some movies
and some got some memes that I'm going to post on our Instagram. We now have a new Instagram. I'll get that up and nice. I'll also post them. You can also find them at facebook.com/afterhours. Place to find them.
It'd been fucking funny if this whole time he had a typo he didn't notice till the end of the show. That would be great. That would be hilarious.
Within this?
Yeah. Yeah.
With Joe and Steven.
Yeah, at this point, Eddie, the next time he pulls that up, I need you to run it in El Espanol. And then I'll do sign language just to make sure we got everything.
Get everybody.
I'm gonna just.
Everybody.
So
does anybody else speak any other language? Steve, you speak something?
So in German.
Do you speak Viking? Something, anything? Was that racist? I apologize if that was racist. Can I call you a Viking? It was more had to do with your beard and your burly size, and the fact that you drink beer like from those big jugs.
Actually, I have one of my jugs. Right.
And you probably own a battle axe somewhere, handed down from your great.
I look like a fairy right now. My haircut.
You're a fairy. I thought he was a Viking. Don't say that shit.
Vikings can be fairies.
Okay, Viking fairy. That's what the new Assassin's Creed is about. Viking fairies.
I know.
Don't bring me to that.
I love Assassin's Creed. I hope you're not gonna bash my beloved Ice. You guys don't like my video games. I don't want to do this.
Video games are shit. I played Assassin's Creed 2.
Yeah,
I got like 100% completion with that.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, I know. They just lost me after 2.
Really? There was so many good. That's one of my favorite franchises. So
the weird,
like
the weird pirate one that looked like Evan Stone, the porn star, was kind of weird.
Which one? Which one? Say it again.
The pirate one with Evan Stone.
That's one of the best ones. That got to be like in top 3.
So how is this Viking gonna? I thought Vikings were. Loud.
This is why I brought this up to my friends. I was like, aren't assassins like looked down upon by Vikings?
Quiet too.
Yeah, they're all about getting in there, honor, kill them with your face.
I mean,
all this whole sneaking around stuff.
I guess maybe I'm not too versed on the Viking, but either way, we don't know if he's an actual Viking. Like when you play the game, we're calling it Viking because it's in the Viking setting, and it's. Huh?
If you were to think of a Viking, he looks just like that Viking. He looks so much like a Viking.
One thing I could say, again, I'm not, I'm a history buff, but I'm not big on the Viking stuff. But what I understand, Vikings were like Native American tribes, where not all the Vikings were warring conquerors. Some of
No,
them
they
were
were
just like
Germanic tribes.
indigenous.
Yeah, they were
Huh?
Germanic tribes.
So, yeah, so maybe it has something to do with something like that, or maybe um, like think about Assassin's Creed 3,
Nah.
where like that's actually the worst one. I hate that. That one was bad. That was one of their bad ones. But anyway, the point I was getting at is that like you're kind of involved in things, but you kind of aren't. You know what I mean? Like the person may not be a traditional Viking or be into those wars. Maybe the Vikings end up being bad, or there's good and bad Vikings.
What I don't
I don't know.
understand is why do they keep going?
If they were to do some samurai ninja shit, that'd be bugged out because that's like really strict. The
All right, yeah,
samurais have a
that'd be
super
cool.
strict code, and the ninjas have a super strict style. You know what I mean?
Why didn't they do that? That would have been so much better. But
I agree. I've always felt that way. I've always wanted a feudal Japan assassin. I've always wanted one.
I was saying before to my friends, like, why not have like a modern day one, like one in the city?
I've thought of that too. Yeah, that's been one of the ones like on the shelf. Like, yo, that'd be cool.
Tenshu,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You guys are such noobs.
Tenchu.
That was a great game. Tenchu was a dope series.
Fuck yeah.
They should reboot that shit.
Do you remember when it came
or remaster
back from onto Xbox?
Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah, those are good games. They might be. I wonder if they're outdated now. You know how like there's games that are good back then, and you play them a little later, and you're like, damn, don't hit the same.
I played I remember playing that demo. It was on Xbox Live Store, and then you could download the demos, and there was so many different ways to beat the demo and to kill everybody in like sneaky ways. I played that demo like maybe 50 times. It was awesome.
Right.
Yeah. I want to show you. Speaking of video games, I want to show you a game I'm excited for that has to do with Vikings in a way. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's pretty fucking badass.
Wait, it has to do with Vikings?
Germanic tribes. We were on the subject of Germanic tribes.
Wow, so I'm pretty damn good. I sniffed that out because I just insulted you by calling you a Viking, and then here we are. Perfect segue.
I literally have Viking blood in me. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, like so you know what? I'm not racist. I'm observant.
Sometimes I have to conquer.
And this whole time I thought we were gonna get canceled because I was being racist. I just using my eyes. You know what I'm saying? What?
Have you ever played Hellblade, the first one?
I always wanted to. I never got to play Hellblade. Right. It's always interesting me though.
Yeah, it's like it has to do with like a lot of mental illness and stuff. So this is the second one.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, the second one's coming out. I want to see if you guys.
I saw some snippets of this. The graphics are really enticing.
This fucking.
I want to see it again though.
Let's see this trailer.
I saw like a little piece.
Yeah, I want to see this trailer.
See if it gets me hot and heavy.
Yeah, I'm gonna play it.
Just
only 2 minutes
say it
long.
in your. Just repeat the trailer in your Barry White voice.
Everybody be quiet.
And here we go. I'm tired. I like almost fell asleep. It's like, is it gonna start yet?
Can you hear that?
Oh, is this? I think I know what this is.
No, I don't hear nothing. For us to hear the audio, Steve, unless you know a better way to do it, what I've been doing is unplug your headphones temporarily.
Okay.
So your microphone catches your speakers from your computer.
Okay. Let me over here.
I mean, unless there's another way, but I haven't been able to get the sound.
Can you hear that?
Yeah, I hear that. It's really low. I can barely hear it. Okay, now we're good. That's horrifying.
Yeah. Steve listens to music like that, I think. Was it you, Steve, that showed me a record like that? You see, this shit look amazing, right? But I feel like they be G'ing us up. Like, it's not gonna actually be that good once you actually get it, but it's gonna be close enough that it's still gonna be amazing. So I'm not hating either. That should look amazing. The textures in her neck and the way her face was tightening when she got more aggressive, amazing. Great graphics. The lighting is fucking mint. But I don't trust Xbox, man. They was running on the last Xbox. They was running computer graphics telling people that's what it's gonna look like on the Xbox, and it was ran on a
For PC as
souped up, huh?
I'm pretty sure this is for PC as well.
Yeah. So a guy like me ain't gonna see it that good, but it's beautiful on PC. Yeah, if you look it up.
Could you hear the music and shit?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Hachi got from food.
Well, didn't you like show me some music like that one day or something on my bucket?
On my occasionally.
Yeah.
You sacrifice the goat sometimes, yes.
But I don't know how the fuck you don't listen to that shit and get like some anxiety attacks. Like it just sounds like there's some impending doom on the way. Like how do you listen to that and relax?
It's I heard it. I'll show you. It's they're a band called Helium, I believe it's called.
You gonna be able to play the music?
Nah, fuck it. But
Yeah.
I'll what they look
Like if it's in a video, maybe you got a better chance because they made it into the video. But if you pull up,
technically it is transformative but this is what they look like.
Oh wow! Literally, that looks exactly the same.
They're perfect for Senua. And this is a song they use.
That's cool.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
It's the guy. Grandpa, what are you doing?
He's like, I forgot.
Dad?
All right. Sorry, I stopped there for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
But the facial capture is ridiculously cool.
Yeah, that was scary. Accurate.
Super impressive. Super impressive.
It's a little
She looks stunning. And her acting, that gotta be mocapped in some way.
Yeah, she's a good actress.
Amazing.
I don't know.
You know how to notice how I said mocapped, right? I keep up with some of the lingo.
Yeah. I had no idea what that meant. No,
Yeah, man.
Okay. Speaking of ethnicity, I found this old clip that I remember from back in the day. I forgot what year this was, but it's an oldie but goodie. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it.
Damn, you're already forgetting things?
I had CTE from being hit. Thanks a lot, Dad. And,
he laughed really hard when he said that.
And it's just weird. This girl this blonde chick. This is very like weird because like none of us here are Asian, but just watching it, you're gonna be like, I don't know why, but I'm offended by this. And then there's people who like are just like rich white folk, and I'm always making myself look bad, and they just like had this weird song. She sells. I'm gonna bring up the screen first. She sells Murphy beds, which are the beds that fold into the wall. They're pretty cool, but she comes up with this fucking song that makes no sense, and I want to see if you guys are offended by it too. It's a long song, but we don't have to listen to it all. You can tell me when you want me to stop. It's about 4 minutes. So I don't know if we can. I'll just cut up around this, but I want you guys to watch it, okay? And if you guys something funny to say, just tell me to pause it or some shit. Can you hear it right now? Is that loud enough for you?
It's pretty low, but
Okay, hold on. Tell me now.
A little better.
Yeah, it's really low.
Can you hear it?
No, it was like it got lower as soon as she started talking.
I know what to do. Hold on. I gotta go to my audio.
I'm surprised, like it just doesn't.
Can you hear
it just doesn't. More right.
Can you hear that?
I can't really. I hear her mumbling, but I really can't hear.
Yeah, like we hear something, but can't make out what she's saying.
Fuck, come on.
I'm surprised, like it just doesn't like the volume just doesn't come through when you share your screen.
You're not able to play it out of your speakers, Steve?
It was playing on my speakers. That's a problem.
Oh, interesting. Still not catching it.
Let me see if because I edited this version. Let me see if I can get the live version.
Then why are you doing that? Maybe I'll get my light. They're like, yo, one guy got his lighting fucked up, and they're like, the other guy got his audio. Jesus.
Well, stream.
Look at these cheekbones. God damn. Yo, I need sleep. Oh look. Oh look. Oh look, guys. I said look.
Oh,
Yo, we're being visited by extraterrestrials. Or is it disco?
All right, can you hear this now?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not better.
Okay.
it's lit.
Is it overpowering at all, or can you just enjoy it?
No, it's good.
Okay. Let's enjoy.
Let's enjoy everyone. Oh boy. Oh god.
Real quick, this is the Sell Murphy bits.
Yeah, I'm already cringing. Oh boy. Oh no.
Like,
Everybody's face.
look at this poor chick.
Yeah, like,
Only Asian in the room.
yeah, she's looking directly at her.
Yeah, baby. Be that
Yeah.
ninja.
She's the only one that's smiling. She's like this. Oh,
Like, oh, you look around like, is everybody okay with it? Guys.
We cool? I guess we're cool with this. All right.
All right.
Oh my god. Please stop. This woman's still like, smile a little bit. Oh my god. Oh my god.
It's so uncomfortable.
why she thought? Look at the one bitch.
The
You see
one
this? You see this one bitch that's loving it though, with the big old smile, with the rainbow dress.
What'd you say?
You see the big that chick with the red orange fake tan, and I don't know, Laffy Taffy dress.
Just feel bad for that one Asian lady.
Yeah, her.
Like,
She's loving it. She's laughing her ass off. You know she's extra racist. The racist is like, ooh, that motherfucker spitting.
Now, okay, let's just finish this. Because her accent gets deeper and deeper.
it gets harder.
It gets worse as it goes on.
What are you doing?
Yeah, when she starts feeling it, she's like, oh, they love it. They love it. Let me go extra. And it might not have been as racist if she didn't put all this accent on.
This is 2016. We'll talk about it in a second. Hold on. It's almost over.
Oh my God. You heard that, right? You heard it, right?
I missed that. What'd she say?
She didn't say progress. She said progress.
Progress. Oh my.
Yo, rewind that part. This is without a shadow of a doubt. This is what they do. This is what they do, bro. They pretend it's not. They do the shit in your face and then pretend that, you know, it was like, watch it. She says progress, like with the fucked up progress. You heard that? Did you say naughty dick? What the fuck was that?
Chop a flying tick with my chopstick. Chinese, they're not even. So cringe, man.
Who designs, like, you know, stuff like this gets thought out for a long time, and it gets presented to more than one person.
All right, and then,
so more than one person thought this was a good idea. Anytime you see anything produced like
this girl's completely offended.
For good reason. They're mocking. They're having a good time at expense. You know, it's fucked up. That's what a lot of fucking closet racists don't realize.
Yeah, look, you went for white people. You did so great. The one Asian chick. Yeah, I think we're just gonna leave.
Now, is this racist?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Tell me why, Eddie.
It just said it all, that lady right there's face. Is the progress? Do we do we need to go
Now,
into that?
Yeah,
deeper?
she was like, just in case you guys didn't realize.
And
I'm
then her
in it,
accent just went
I gotta play devil's
harder.
advocate for you guys, just so you guys can vibe.
What?
Off. I'm playing devil's advocate for you guys, so you can vibe off me. Now, how come her doing that accent? Like, let's say if I were to do like a Spanish accent or an Italian accent, is that still racist too? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I think
I
it's
mean, it's-
too
Or is it the
the
intention
point
behind
of what you're. Yeah, I think it's the intention behind it, because I think she's coming from like a selling point, like a very kind of serious type of point, but like joking around, and she doesn't even understand. Like if we're doing like an accent and we know we're joking around, I'm joking around with you, but this lady's not joking. This lady's trying to sell beds right now.
it just looks weird.
it's a complicated scenario in the sense of that it depends on the person, place, time, context. It depends on a lot of variables because it could be done where it's not in malice or it's not like insensitive mocking, where it's more like, hey, just a light little joke we all could enjoy and not be so sensitive, or maybe they weren't intending to be mocking at all, So I just say it depends on a lot of things. But with that said, that particular video, I feel like that was like playing around. That bitch was trying to be cringy racist.
Even if we all, like I said, we're not. It doesn't hit home for any of us really. We're all like sitting here uncomfortable, like.
I thought it was hilarious. I'm not uncomfortable per se,
No, it's just cringy and funny.
but it's cringy.
crazy.
Yeah, I'm
That's
not
so
uncomfortable
weird.
because
Where
I'm
did she
just
come up
not fucking surprised. I've been seeing it for 30-something years.
Where did she come up with like that from Murphy Beds?
You're right.
Exactly. That's why I got the face like, look at this bitch. What this got to do with bets?
And they
And
only
then,
invited like Asian chick to be front row for this. So they're like, no, we're not racist. She's right there.
She's right there.
Oh yeah, that's true. There was like, if we want Asians to buy our bed, we gotta have at least one in the commercial.
It just doesn't make any sense. It's a weird video. We got some memes. We want to go over some memes.
And where are they watching the show? Facebook.com/
You can find us. You can find
Steve.
Soon to
be included with Eddie.
Find more bigotry at.
Now he's mumbling it because he feels guilty. That was like the voice when you're feeling guilty for all the plugins.
Who?
You. I was teasing. I know you don't really feel guilty. I know you shamelessly do it. You're a dirty little pluginer.
I would. I think it's just important. It's just a weird. It was just such a weird video.
Yeah.
See, and I wanted to get people's opinions on it because it's like, it just.
What was that sound?
It was like, what makes it okay to do that, and how are you not fucking cringing, being like, "What am I doing?" In front of
Yeah, right? Like halfway through that song, what is this? What am I doing?
Have their asses that far up the head. The fact that you recognize the cringe shows that you're not a bigot. A bigot probably wouldn't see the cringe.
I have people in my family that are mixed race and everything.
Oh no, yeah, you're definitely. If you was a racist or a bigot, you wouldn't be doing a show with me, Eddie.
Yeah.
You would be too good to do the show with me, Eddie. You'd be like, I could do a show with them, but they suck because they're brown. Huh?
I said you people.
What do you mean, you people?
You people are pretty good at podcasting. That's why I'm doing this with you. I don't know. Just it was so cringy. And it was like that's why you gotta be like completely like shut out from the world to be like, let's do this. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say they probably shelter like assholes who never had a friend in their life that was a different diversity. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point you could bring up, is that
they're tone deaf.
in the bigot world, in the racist world, well, I'm gonna distinguish with you. There's two types. There's the types that are so diluted they don't realize it's cringy, so they just do it. It's natural, or it's okay, it's acceptable. And then there's those that know it's not acceptable, so they'll hide it, but they still have those feelings, snakes in the grass. So since it seems like we're doing racism 101, I just wanted to drop that in as lesson 3.
You can find racism.
Pop quiz. What is the answer? Yeah.
Holding courses.
But damn, man, we're pretty smart guys. I think that was a nice, deep little segment. So you got something funny?
I had some.
Because racism sucks. But I don't really got nothing else to add to it besides that it sucks.
Yeah, guys, racism does suck.
Racism sucks, guys.
That's
Don't
because-
practice.
because
Don't do it at
guys-
home.
Scrolling across the screen,
Say
racism
say
sucks.
yes to drugs, no to racism, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Go to Minnesota. Let me tell the cops that. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh.
It's bad. Weird. They told us something completely different in the academy. You guys, you keep me young.
I must have took a pre-break during that lesson. I missed that one.
I got some. I got some more funny memes and shit. But I don't want to step on Joey's meme time either. But I got.
Oh no, we both could do memes, baby. It's all good. We got memes for everybody.
Everybody got me.
You know, and if anything, if it happens, I'll save my memes for next week. That's one less thing I'm gonna worry about.
I want to show you.
Cause yo, I mean, we've been running a minute, and the shit I got for you guys is like a real conversation starter. So like, we're definitely not getting through my shit.
I want to fucking let me get into your stuff. Then I'm gonna do a couple of these stupid things. Just so we see. I'm gonna share my screen right now.
Yeah, I mean, we might as well finish your set
I got caught up in like
and see where it
typing in-
goes from there.
You've
What?
seen like a couple on my on the After Hours show. You can find them at facebook.com/After Hours with Joey. and the memes and I got caught up in like typing in like they have like funny memes about like Cardi B's full name in Google, and it just
Oh yeah.
it's fucking. I'm just
So what
reading
did it
out
say?
Cardigan.
loud. Yeah, Eddie again.
You know what's funny is I seen one for Offset. I think it was posted on
posted
After Hours.
I posted it.
So is that like real or is that like a joke?
It's just a joke. It's just stupid.
Because I was gonna say she
Cardigan-
says that on the song,
Cardigan
like it
Backyard.
really is her real name. So I thought if you listen to Bodak Yellow and she got a song with that's like she says it as her name. So I thought it was
Her
real.
real
for a
name
second.
is Bacardi.
I got you like her real, not her real name, but her
Yeah.
real stage name.
Her mom named her Bacardi.
Oh, her real name is Bacardi.
I believe so. Yeah, and then
Okay.
they were having trouble when she first
Plot
came out.
twist.
They changed it to Cardi B because the brand of Bacardi was like, nah.
Well, shit, I think that's a good thing. That worked out for the best. Cardi B is a dope name. I think. Anyway, I think it's catchy.
Read it out loud, Eddie.
That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna tell my kids this was channel Chanel West Coast.
And if you guys help me bring her up, I fucking
Oh,
I
they look
know.
exactly the same.
It's the girl from
that show with the
Ridiculousness.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, I seen that one a while ago, so I knew you were talking about. I didn't know that's her rap name. But yeah, she's a rapper, Eddie. That's her rap name. So that's probably maybe why you know.
I just know. Yeah, I just know her from her. She raps, really.
Yeah, she's a rapper. Yo, and she's a passionate rapper in the sense of if you don't take her serious, dog, she'll try to cut you. I'm half serious, Steve.
I
Back
know
up.
you are.
Yo, she was popping off of mad bitches and dudes. Yo, disrespect her raps, bro. She gets heated. She's been caught on camera, heated, getting tight. She's like, I'm a real rapper. She want to be there with like Run DMC. It's like a
Yeah,
pioneer.
Mink is from Boy Meets World.
from Boys World, and like it's just so similar.
Everybody has a doppelganger, and everybody has the opposite sex
she was from
doppelganger.
She got her
So
brain-
there's a girl out there somewhere that looks just like both of you guys. I hope you know that.
Wait,
And
what?
y'all got there's another dude out there that looks like both of you guys. Right now, there's a lady that looks just like Eddie. Eddie's wondering what he looks like. And Eddie's like, "Can I get it?" He's like, "I wonder if I can get
I'd fuck
it." Yeah, I know you would. You dirty little.
I'm fucking. You ever see Buffalo Bill?
You dirty little dirty.
I fuck myself. And then this one was my favorite. This one was my favorite one. It's T-Pain's full name. Read it.
That's a good one. I like that one. Word. Show the one that you posted. You got that one? Because this is a good one. Wait, I'll see it again. I liked that one.
Yeah, hold on. Let me bring it
That
up.
shit was funny. If Eddie didn't see it, he should see that one.
Uh-huh.
It's what Offset's real name is.
Yeah, give me 1 second. It's right here.
So did you make these up or do you steal them like I do? I steal other people's memes and I put our tags on it. Outlaw, baby.
Well, everybody steals the fucking memes. Like,
Yeah, they probably stole some of them. Except I actually go to people's houses and I rob them. Nah, I'm just kidding. He's like, yo, he's snitching on himself. Somebody's gonna take that serious and literally call the cops.
The office settings.
And then I got my favorite one, which is fucking so good. Don't tell me kids this roof from Ozark.
Yeah, Ozark's dope. I
I
gotta
don't know
catch
who that is.
Okay, then you don't get it, but Ozark's a good show.
that.
Anyway,
Yeah, sure.
Google right now on your screen Ozark. Ruth from Ozark.
Forgive me for that yawn. I fucking hate that I just yawned because I'm not bored at all. I haven't slept all week.
Dude,
Each night I average like 3 or 4 hours. But as a podcaster, I hate that shit, that yawning shit. So sorry, couldn't help that one.
2 times already. There's nothing I could do. Like I've been up at 4 o'clock in the morning every single day. I'm done.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I see it now.
Oh, you see it in his glasses? Damn, you got good eyesight, Eddie.
No, I looked it up on my thing. I didn't even. Yeah, no, yeah, I see it. That is Justin Timberlake.
Have you finished watching Ozark, Joey?
No, I got to see the 3rd season.
Yeah, me too. It's just
I'm watching.
it shows like everything that can go wrong goes wrong.
Good show.
You know,
What's a show I've been wanting to talk to you guys about? And now I forgot the name of it as soon as it came to me. The superhero show is as if the Justice League was corrupt. I forgot the name of it. Great show.
The Boys.
The Boys.
Season 1 still.
I saw part of the 1st episode, and it looks like an amazing show, but I'm not into it yet.
It's so good because
it looks like a good show.
So I've been so tired of superhero stuff for the longest time now, but like this is kind of pulling me back because it's really not the typical superhero stuff.
Yeah.
After Tony Stark died at Endgame, I was done.
Exactly. To me, it's the saga's over. I'm probably gonna keep up with Spider-Man, and that's it. I kind of don't care about the rest.
Venom.
Yeah.
You guys don't deserve shit. You don't deserve. I'll watch every Marvel movie they make until it sucks.
Oh my god.
It is what it is. I don't care if they oversaturate. As long as it's good, I'm gonna watch it. Most of those shits are good. I got trust in them. The show The Boys looks fire. When I said I didn't get into it, that came out wrong. Not that I didn't like it. I just meant that I haven't watched it and continue to watch it. But that shit is fire. It definitely looks like something I would love.
It gets better. That's the best way I can put that.
You ever watch? I'm sorry, again.
Yeah, no, it just eventually hooks you in. Because I love all the characters, and my favorite character is actually the main character because he's just this guy who went through all this fucking trauma. And
scene with his girlfriend.
The first scene, I was like, "What the fuck?"
Oh yeah, that shit was top.
So gruesome too.
It's like really the show tells you what kind of show this is gonna be. Like, all right, yeah, this is gonna be like that.
Yeah, it was pretty gruesome.
Did you guys watch Umbrella Academy?
Oh, I'm waiting for season 2 for that one too.
That was dope. You should check that out, Steve. Umbrella Academy
on Netflix. Yeah, no, that's another great show.
Yeah, it might not. No, I'm sorry.
It's to me, I guess it kind of relates almost to The Boys to a degree. It's not as gruesome, but it still has that kind of it's not about it is about superheroes, but they're kind of more of ex superheroes. They were heroes when they were kids, and now they kind of just all resent their father. But but yeah, no, it's just such a great show.
It shares that similarity, but it's very different, but it does share that similarity. Yeah.
The characters are like to me the best. My favorite being Clyde, right? The one who can talk to ghosts. Clyde, right?
He's my favorite too.
Yeah, best character, absolutely.
The guy's acting was incredible.
Yeah, that's so good. That's I highly recommend that one show too.
Yeah, you would like it. You gotta watch it. Great fucking show. The way I would describe them is The Boy is like a action-packed joyride, inappropriate craziness. Umbrella Academy is kind of crazy, but it's on the more serious, thought-provoking side. It's kind of a drama feeling, and it's a lot about family dysfunction.
It's like very serious.
Individual dysfunction.
Like I feel like The Boys is very serious.
Yeah,
dark humor, but Umbrella Academy has like a little fun with it. It's like, all right, our world.
Oh yeah, it does have a lot of fun. Yeah, I made that sound too serious. It's weird. It's like fun and serious, and then the other one's like action and funny and serious. Yeah. So both I feel like should be watched for different reasons. Good shit. Watch it.
I have you seen that? What's it called? October Protocol or some shit on Netflix? Yeah.
October. Fuck, I know you're talking about October Nation. I seen a trailer. It's something I might check out, but I never watched it yet. Yeah, I usually watch shit like that. I check them out eventually.
No, I can't get into a good show right now. I'm trying.
Oh, there's tons. I could tell you tons for days. I get my moods where I watch a lot of shit and binge. Yo, I'm a big Netflix person, bro. But the shit I'll say, it might not be what you expect. Yo, Dead to Me on Netflix is fire. Good Girls on Netflix is fire. Killing Season is fire. Mindhunters is fire.
I heard mine.
These are all like must watches in my opinion.
What's that one?
Glow is fire. What?
What's that one with I started watching it.
Daybreak is fire.
I'm on like episode 5 with like it's a bunch of kids and the apocalypse happened.
Daybreak. The first episode comes off like it's gonna be like some piehead shit. And it's actually one of the most thought-provoking things I've ever seen in my life. The woman that wrote that, she's dead. She committed suicide about a month or two ago. So we're not getting a season 2. She killed herself. Rest in peace. But the reason I point that out is, you know, when I watch shit, sometimes I get deep into it. I'm a script writer too. It's one of my big passions I have. So anyway, the point I'm getting at is that so I analyze that shit and I break it down. And I believe that she's one of the most insightful, thought-provoking, incredible writers of our time. Like that serious. Like if she hadn't died and would have continued to do works, yo, I think she'd like change the game. That Daybreak shit, when you get to the end of it, you'll understand. Each episode and on the low, like just it gets your brain thinking about man shit. It's crazy. Great show. While it's funny and hilarious and all that other shit.
This is the one with Matthew Broderick, right? And he's like he eats kids.
Yeah, the guy from Bueller. Yo, bro, it gets good. Wait till you meet Mrs. Cookie. Yo, my favorite characters is Mrs. Cookie and him. Fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, and the little girl. There's a little girl that curses with a bad mouth. I love her.
Yeah, I got up to pretty deep. I'm on the episode where spoiler alert, where the ninja guy, the samurai guy, is trying to kill. He's thinking about killing.
Yo, there's so much crazy shit. I'm sorry, I heard my phone. I don't even know what to do with it. You ever watch Daybreak, Eddie?
Nah.
You got to. Don't say no. Oh, my phone's right here. It's my light. All right, it's not important. Yo, great show. I even wanted to say no more though. I don't want to like spoil it, and I want Eddie to go watch it. Eddie, you respect it. Go watch it.
Eddie, cover your ears real quick.
Long story short, I'm gonna tell you. Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't gonna spoil it, but I was gonna tell him like the loose plot.
I'm on the part where the samurai guy, he's gotta try to.
He could read lips, probably.
I'm on the part where the samurai guy is thinking about killing the main character because
all three of them,
his boyfriend.
Yeah, I didn't even want to like speak on it because I'm just like that. I don't like to give any spoilers.
Just give me a thumbs up. Okay,
cool. So I know what you're talking about, Steve, but I got nothing to add to it. I'm sorry. But it's a good part. There's so many good parts. Good part.
Next time you need something, I won't give it to you.
I know it's weird like that. Like, unless we do like an episode where we're gonna be talking about the whole thing, I don't want to just give one random spoiler. I want to spoil all of it or none of it. You know what I mean? I don't know. Weird like that. Plus, I don't want death threats. Yo, some people take their works of art very serious. People was willing to kill people over like some spoilers.
So there's no.
I couldn't think of a good example
at all.
What?
There's no season 2 coming.
Well, first the show got canceled, but when it originally got canceled, you know, it's the hope for it because a lot of the Netflix shows get canceled and put on canceled. Original? I believe so, yeah. But it's probably going to be canceled at least for her writing it, or someone else may write it. I don't know. As of right now, last I heard, it's canceled, and then she killed herself after it was canceled, like within a month.
Remember those Marvel shows that were really good, and then they just got bad every time they add a season?
I don't watch all the Marvel shows. I was a big fan of most of the Marvel on Netflix.
That's what I'm talking about.
Shield was kind of like, I know it got a hardcore fan base, but that show is kind of trash.
No, that show is garbage. But I was actually talking about the Netflix one because like
Netflix ones are fired. Daredevil.
Daredevil was great, but like once they hit season 3, it got a little.
No.
Season 2 was bad.
Eddie, take your headphones off. We're kicking Eddie off of the show for saying that. Oh shit, he got his headphones on. Nah, bro, I love Daredevil. Daredevil, I thought was
it was great. Like I thought season 1 and 2 were great, but season 2 was like, and not season 3, my bad, was and then season 2 for Jessica Jones was.
I never saw the Jessica Jones ones, but the Daredevil, my impression was I felt each season was better than the last. So it's kind of weird for me to hear you say that, but you know, you're entitled to your opinion, even though it sucks. It's a shitty opinion, but I have to respect it. I have to respect it.
No, I don't know what you guys are talking about because the only Daredevil in my book is Ben Affleck, so fuck you both.
This guy, you're so scorned. Get over him. That was a whack Daredevil.
My Daredevil.
And it wasn't even his fault. Ben Affleck is a good actor. He's just been in bad movies. Let's put it that way.
Or he's just a bad actor.
I mean, maybe he could be, but I don't think he's as bad as people say he is. I think it was more
I like
that he's
the
been in bad movies.
girl.
Like he was incredible in O. He
Girl,
was
yeah.
incredible in Reindeer Games.
The Town. No, I agree.
Yeah,
I
Old
think,
Town. That's what I'm saying.
No, The Town.
yeah, the Town.
Oh, The
yeah.
Town. Yeah. What are we talking
Town
about?
is a musical group.
Which I don't listen to. I don't know how that name got in my vocabulary, guys.
Because you're fucking dancing to them.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no,
I
I
don't
thought.
even-
Sorry, I thought he was the best part in the Batman v Superman movies. As bad as that was, all the Batman scenes were the best part.
I don't think he played a bad Batman, but I think that movie was trash. Batman vs Superman was trash.
Garbage, but like I'm
And I
saying,
don't use that word for movies often.
that's like that one scene that gets me is that warehouse scene. I'm like, all right, okay, Ben, you kind of.
Oh shit, my battery's about to die. Hold on, guys. Like literally.
What'd you say, Steve?
The Martha scene?
Not the not the Martha scene. Well, yeah.
Your mom is named Martha too.
When he goes to rescue,
Shit is whack.
when he goes to rescue Superman's mom, and he's just like, that whole scene just comes out of an Arkham game, and I'm like, oh, this is. He goes up the roof. At the same time, starts an explosion. They're all looking down, but he's above them, and I'm like, oh, this is so cool. I mean, that guy killed people. Like without a doubt, that man murdered people. He threw up a grenade.
That Batman kills people.
Yeah,
that movie was written with no care, in my opinion.
Save your life.
That movie was written like when somebody just writes a script because they got to turn one in.
Well,
no
wanted,
care.
They wanted to catch up with Marvel so bad.
God, yeah.
Justice League and shit. They had no. Like Marvel had 10 years of plot development and character development.
But you know what? I always say this: like that movie was like after Man of Steel, Batman v Superman. I thought it was the right move. I'm like, okay, yeah, we already know Batman. I don't want to hear Martha and I forgot, and whatever Batman's dad's name get killed again. Yeah, I don't care anymore. Yeah, we all know Batman. Let's just get this out of the way. Let's just see these two have their conflict thing. But they just Doomsday was adding that was garbage. Adding like the Justice League with the
Doomsday creation was stupid. They used Zod.
Yeah, Zod and
Jesse Eisenberg. I love Jesse Eisenberg, but like as Lex Luthor, all he kept doing was just doing like metaphorical metaphors.
He was a cartoon. He was the Joker.
Angel and demon metaphors everywhere. We're like, we get it, okay? They're fucking superhumans. We get it.
That movie sucked.
Did the angels come from above or below? It's like, we get it, dude. Shave your head.
You mentioned Zod though. That Superman movie was a really good movie, and the guy who played Zod was incredible.
Yeah,
I loved it.
Was that Man of Steel?
Yeah, Man of Steel.
Yeah, that shit was fire. They didn't drop the ball on that. They dropped the ball with everything else.
I'm saying this.
I mean, well, not everything else. Wonder Woman was pretty good.
That was good.
Aquaman, I thought was fire.
Dude, yeah.
And Suicide Squad, I enjoyed. It has its rough edges, but I enjoyed Suicide Squad.
Okay. Suicide Squad was weird. I didn't hate it because I wasn't that hyped for it, so I could just sit back and enjoy it.
Exactly, that's how it was.
I thought some things were done kind of shitty, but whatever.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan
you
of
know
Will Smith. I've always had this argument with my my family because they're all huge Will Smith fans, but
he's out. He's out.
Hear me out. Because like,
fuck out of the stream. He's out. Just me and Joe now. This is the way it's supposed
to be.
But no,
Eddie, 1 second. Okay, I gotta get it
back to the rotation. But my issue I have with Will Smith is that a lot of the times he plays a movie, he just plays Will Smith.
Yeah,
he does in some movies.
Yeah, like because
state.
You tell me right now that like I, Robot and I Am Legend, those two guys felt like the same guy.
It's a good example. Yeah, some of his movies he definitely does that character. But I've seen him transform in others, so I give him that props.
I'll give him credit where credit's due. Like Pursuit of Happiness is a great movie.
Yeah,
I'll give him that. And 7 Pounds is a great movie. But like I'm like Suicide Squad, for example, who's just playing Will Smith.
Angry Will Smith.
Yeah, angry Will Smith. It's just different moods. Will Smith, and it's like okay.
Well, I think in Suicide Squad, he wasn't even given a character that really had any depth. They really didn't develop the characters. That was their biggest downfall. They made a fun directed movie, a fun action movie, and the people who were in the characters, they did their roles good, but like they didn't flesh them out. Like I don't know. In his defense, I guess I'm defending him.
It's just like you're right because they didn't. Nobody. I mean, let's say I'm a fan. Let's say I'm not a fan. I'm going into this blind. I have no idea who the fuck Killer Croc is.
I went in it blind. I didn't know the DC lore, so I was literally like
I
blind to the whole
DC
story.
universe online, so I know Killer Croc,
Yeah,
and but no one's gonna know. Like, did anybody know Will Smith playing
Deadshot.
What's his name?
Deadshot.
Deadshot. Call him Deathstroke.
those are two different guys,
Yeah, those are different guys.
but they're essentially the same guy. They're just two different guys and
Wait,
two different.
Deathstroke's from Marvel.
Yeah, but they're the same. They're the knockoff of each other.
Copy of each other.
Yeah,
No,
they're carbon copies.
It's Deadpool and Deathstroke,
No,
and
Deathstroke,
yeah.
Deadshot, and they're both the same.
So Deathstroke and Deadshot are in DC, Deadpool, Marvel, and Deadpool is just a joke off of.
Wait, Deathstroke is Oh, so I'm thinking of Deathlock is the one in Marvel. That's the same. There's a guy in Marvel that bites off of both those guys.
Yeah, it's Deadpool, because it's supposed to be a joke. Deathstroke, Deathpool. You're stroking your pool.
I feel like there's another guy. I'm gonna look it up.
Slade Wilson.
I mean, I could see why it could be that, and I could be wrong, but I don't know. You looking it up right now? He's on it.
Yeah.
That's how. Huh?
They're both from DC. He's right.
So Deathstroke.
And there's Deathstroke. I'm a fucking moron. Yeah. I thought they were.
So who the fuck is Deathlock? There's a Deathlock guy. So we got Deadshot, we got Deathstroke. Look up a Deathlock. See who that is.
There's
see if I'm pulling it out of my ass or not. I'm just
there's
curious.
Olivia Munn's character who's Psylocke.
Oh no, that's my shit. I love Psylocke. That's my third favorite X-Men.
Deathlock is a character from
Marvel.
I found something from
Marvel.
Yeah.
And what does he look like?
Like
a lot like Deadshot and Deathstroke had a baby.
I'll show you the screen.
Like they fucked and had a baby. It's the after hour show, so I gotta be extra inappropriate and extra extreme.
He looks like.
Oh, this guy. He was in the
There we go.
See, I think him and Deadshot are probably connected because those two have the same color palette.
Deadpool too,
they have the same color palette, but he's like Deathstroke in the sense of he's like got attachments and cybernetic. He got like extra attachments, and he's supposed to be like super good with aim. So he's kind of like Deathstroke. I mean, Marvel and DC always did that. They bit off each other and they combine characters sometimes when they stole, or they literally stole the same version of the character. Like think about all the similarities between like like Batman and Green Arrow have a lot of similarities. I mean, not Green Arrow. They're the same motherfuckers. They're in the same team. But you know what I'm trying to say? Like, think of Marvel and DC counterparts that are pretty much
Green Arrow and
Hawkeye. There you go. Yeah.
Well, the first direct would be the boat, but I was pointing out like the whole billionaire gadgets. You know what I'm saying? Like they kind of steal from each other, but not too. Not too obvious, huh?
Tony Stark, Iron Man, and Batman is Bruce Wayne.
Okay, yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah. There's more. Can't think right now.
Marvel is literally named Captain Marvel, and then
I once read a list that pointed out. I wish I had it. It's a good list.
Wasn't Shazam originally Captain Marvel?
Yeah, Shazam was originally Captain Marvel. It was Captain Marvel and Captain Marvel.
It was Captain Marvel from Marvel Comics.
And doesn't DC have a bite off of Captain America? I can't think of who he is.
They have Superman. Or
Superman.
I mean, yes and no in the sense of the Golden Boy. No, but what I mean is like a person who's almost a complete bite off of Captain America. He's like a government agent. He's patriotic. He looks very similar. I think he even has a damn shield.
DC.
But that's what they would do. One of them will come up with a new character. The other one would wait like 6 months and come up with their knockoff version. And they would just do that back and forth to each other.
He's not Spider-Man. He's Grasshopper Man.
He's Grasshopper.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what they did to each other.
Oh, they got a Batman? Think of something. We can do spiders. I like spiders. What about Octopus Man? Get out of here, Gary.
What did you think of The Punisher? The Punisher on Netflix? Those 2 seasons were amazing, bro.
Yeah, I like that actor.
But season 1 was great. I did like season 1, but I actually liked the. I didn't see season 2, but season 1 I liked. Personally, I liked him better when he was in Daredevil. I don't like. I like him when he's not the focus. Yeah. I feel like it just. and I feel like it does better for his character personally.
Ah,
It's
I loved it.
my favorite scene is when he ties them up and chains them. Like he has the gun in his hand, like do it, fucking shoot me. Like, oh, okay, whoa, take it
I
easy,
don't
man.
know. I feel the opposite. The more we got to see his character, it was amazing. Yeah,
I
got
like
to
when he,
see what
I like
drives.
season one of Punisher when he kills those people at the construction site.
Yeah, the first killing,
Like, he just
Hmm.
murdered those innocent
Yeah.
people.
bro. I
They're
was
not innocent.
clapping.
They're not innocent, but
I was waiting because the first kill. When you're watching Punisher, you if you're a Punisher fan like me, he's one of my favorite guys. So he's in my top 5. You're watching it for violence. You want to see some very bad people get tortured. That's what you go to Punisher for. So I was like, ooh, here it comes, the first death. This shit is lit. This death scene is gonna let me know how good this is. And they delivered. Once I saw that death scene, I was like, yep, it's gonna get popping. And it did. That shit was fire. Yo,
John Bernthald's awesome too.
You know what it is with me with Punisher? I think why I like them better in Daredevil is because I don't like to see him set up the traps. I just kind of want to like.
it's such
yeah,
a
like,
weird reason not to like
It is
it.
a weird reason, but
Like, it's your opinion.
like
It's
Guy
just it's
Fieri- I like
awkward.
Guy
I don't know how to
Fieri.
feel about it.
I like Guy Fieri, but I don't like to see him cook. I put it in my mouth.
like I want to see this guy roll in and like he had this all planned out, and you don't know how he did it. It's like in your head, like holy shit, this guy had everything planned out. I don't want to see him set it up like in a corner, which I know is a little petty and weird, but I personally like to leave that to imagination.
At least you said what we were all thinking, you petty ass. At least,
I love the Punisher. He's fucking awesome. That's why I actually love I still, even though like that movie gets a lot of shit on it, the old Punisher movie. That's still one of my favorite Punisher movies.
Yeah.
When he fights giant.
Yeah, they weren't that good, but they are beloved. I did enjoy both of them. Even that one with Jigsaw, the Warzone one, when they changed the actor. You know what was a big thing in the Netflix Marvel, since we're on that subject? Luke Cage, when he finally dropped the N-bomb, yo, that shit was tight.
He says
like,
that.
So you don't remember the scene? Obviously, we can't repeat it. Pull the scene up. Look it up on YouTube. It's how he pulled it up. Well, actually, maybe not, because they're gonna be like, they said they showed a video that said the N-word. They're racist. Like, we didn't say it. No, but long story short, right? Luke Cage lives in Harlem. You seen Luke Cage?
Yeah, I've seen Luke Cage.
No. So they were accurate of what it's like growing up in Harlem. When you grow up in Harlem, Brooklyn, Bronx, whatever.
I'm a bigot. Remember, we just covered that in the first half of
it. and a Viking.
I'm a Viking.
He's a Viking. Which means he's a dangerous bigot because he's with a tail like. And how come your beard don't got no twisties in it, you fake ass Viking?
I'm fucking working on it, dude.
I want to see real Viking shit.
I'm gonna.
But what's hot about it is how he dropped it, because he dropped it in this way that Luke Cage is like a good boy, right? But he grew up in the rough ass hood, right? So he's supposed to embody that, like, you grow up in this rough area, but you can still be a guiding light. You can still go against that grain. But it shows how dark your environment could become, that even the greatest white light there is, the brightest, what they call that, the compass, with the moral compass, the brightest moral compass there is, had a moment where he broke and he resorted to that like lifestyle. It was almost symbolic. Like, it drives you to that. You know what I'm saying? The harshness of the hood. What happened?
I love Luke Cage, like the Marvel character.
And seeing him open.
Like this guy lives in like these rough areas, and he just tries to grow up just to make his neighborhood better. And he understands his own rules. Like, he understands the rules of the street, and he sticks to them.
I respect the show for using the N-word in it. You know what I'm saying? Because when you look at these other shows that have like the black superhero, you gotta have authenticity. Like, they live in Harlem. If you come to Harlem, that's how everybody talk in Harlem. You know what I mean? And people were saying, "Oh, Luke Cage is racist. They got a black cast." It's in Harlem. No shit. Everybody there is black. You know what I mean? So if I'm living in Harlem, how are you gonna say my show's racist because I hired a bunch of black actors? You know what I mean?
Because they hired black actors.
Yeah, it was accused for being racist. Not like. Oh no, yeah, you didn't know that? They were trying to say it was being blackwash. You know the term whitewash, blackwash, when they hire like all of one race. They were trying to say that the creators of Luke Cage were being racist towards white people because they wouldn't hire white people, and it's like the dumbest argument ever. It's Harlem, and they had white people in it. In fact, one of the bad guys was white, one of the like main bad guys.
Well,
Shades, right? Why are you laughing when I said there was a white guy?
Well, after that, I was like,
really
yeah,
doesn't
no,
make
he's
it-
not white guy. He's the bad guy. Oh,
that makes it
okay.
sound. That does make it sound racist at that point.
Well, I'm trying to say
It's not racist.
the
The
main
white guy's
characters.
there. He's just a bad guy.
I guess I'm
No,
trying
I
to
get what
say
you're
is
saying.
that
It doesn't make any sense. It's not. It's not black.
yeah, like one of the
setting takes
toughest.
place, you know?
Yeah, you know, and so and he was in a neighborhood that was drug fueled and gang fueled. So that's how they talk. And he didn't do that. He would say corny shit like "Sweet Christmas," and they would tease him because he was like the good boy. But he was real enough to be, I guess, be down. And then one day he's having an emotional time. I forgot why. And somebody got a gun to his head, and he turns around and he says, "Shoot me, Edward." You know what I'm saying? But the way he said it, like the emotion, it was a really powerful scene, bro. And it just hit me, and it just like set the tone for Luke Cage being like the realest shit out there. You know what I mean? I was like, yo, this is legit. Like you compare that shit to Black Lightning. Yo, I sat through Black Lightning, like this shit is cringe as fuck. I was like, nobody, this is not. I don't even know how to say it without sounding like an asshole, but that shit was fake. I hate Black Lightning. That's trash. Compare Black Lightning to Luke Cage, that shit's whack.
Speaking of the show, Luke Cage, I'm gonna be honest. I liked the first half of the first season because Cottonmouth was awesome. Cottonmouth was such a good villain that I'm like, why did they end? They ended it with some other guy, some other "I'm your brother" asshole, and I'm like, why are we here? Why can't we just keep the original villain? What's going on? What's
Yo, that was badass. You know what's crazy is that I was in love with Cottonmouth. The actor that
Cottonmouth was
played him,
Cottonmouth was
amazing.
great.
One of the best villain portrayals I've ever seen in my life.
It was
Captivating,
so
bro.
because like even that scene, like I don't know if you're ever gonna watch it, Steve, but when like he has he has the rules of the streets too. Like when one of his guys shot up Pops, and he just killed that guy because like you don't do that.
he and, you know, there are real gangsters like that. You know, like
I respected that hard because of that. I'm like, okay, yeah, this is how it actually would probably go down. There's certain areas you don't just fuck with. You're gonna get caught. You're gonna get paid for that.
like you know, you got the crazy gangsters that just violently harm anybody, and then you got the ones like him that kind of have codes.
Yeah.
You know, he had some moral guidelines, even in spite of him being a drug dealer. It was awesome. It's thought provoking.
All down the drain, and I'm like, all right, Miranda's
But
whack.
bro, that's what's hot about it. When that scene, that's another thing about Luke Cage. That scene you're talking about right now was one of the most unexpected plot twists I've seen in anything ever. Cottonmouth was built up in such a way you thought he was the big mofo, and he gets killed out of nowhere by the unassuming nobody. Some old ass woman beats him to death with a mic stand, bro.
And I thought it would have been great, but like
it was crazy.
She couldn't hold up. Like Miranda couldn't hold up compared to him, or even like his brother couldn't hold up. And I'm like, all right, well, how am I?
But you know that's a different standpoint. That's like, in other words, I was sad when Cottonmouth died. I cherished Cottonmouth. I was like, fuck. I thought he was about to make this shit lit. Let's see where it goes. But I respected the boldness of story writing. That was, you know what I mean? Imagine, I guarantee the actor there, the director and the story writers were like, yo, this guy's killing this Cottonmouth, bro. You know, like, we should just rewrite this whole shit so he could be, you know what I mean? And somebody was like, nah, fuck that, bro. We wrote a story. We're going to stick to our story. And it made her terrifying because you think she was a nobody. You didn't think she was a threat in any way, bro. And she kills him like a gangster. Like, who does that? Like, an old woman beat him to death, bro. Like she was the gangster. Like, you don't think that shit's crazy?
If you've been harmed by an old woman, please visit us at Facebook.com.
No, for real. Who was she? Who was she to him again? I forget. But pretty much, she turns out to be one of the most evil people. But in the beginning, she's just an annoying ass bitch. What?
She was Black Hillary Clinton, but that was her cousin. That was they were cousins to each other.
She was trying to be a politician. That's what it was. And he was funding her politician because he was going to change laws that'll help him. And he was funding her money, helping her get into the politics. That's what it was. Yeah. And she kills him, bro. She gets her hands dirty. That was another thing. He was supposed to be her dirty hand. When she needed people killed, when she needed shit done, she couldn't be involved in it. She couldn't be the gangster herself. So that was a defining moment for both those characters. That was the moment she said, you know what? I'm the gangster now. I'm getting my hands dirty. And then she kills the guy that everyone thought is the scariest dude. And then it turns out there's somebody even scarier than all of them because he got some powers. That guy Diamondback, son, that was the most overacted
God.
shit I've ever seen in my life.
Cage, brother, you're gonna die.
Yo, but somehow it worked and it was amazing. He had that like
way
he had
over the
that
top.
that
You
1980s
fucking
vibe.
asshole. Gonna beat the shit out of you.
Yo, he had the 1980s vibe. Like what's that movie with Bruce Leroy? What's it called again? You know what movie I'm talking about, right? With Bruce
Last
Leroy.
Dragon. Yeah.
Yeah, he had that Last Dragon
Shogun.
kind of vibe.
Yeah, Shogun.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit.
And it worked. But yo, that was some bad acting, but it worked. Like his character, that bad acting made his character seem more psychotic. It just worked. And that guy was crazy like that. The way he would just senselessly kill people just to show people in the room he's the craziest dude. That was a good show. Luke Cage season 1 was awesome. Luke Cage season 2, I'm like on the fence with it.
It's a weird statement, but it was too Jamaican. I'm like, I can't.
I got excited about that. You know, I grew up.
I did too.
Around
It was
different sets of people.
to a degree, but then I'm like, all right, I like they needed subtitles. I had to put in subtitles.
Eddie, careful.
That's what it was.
Oh, you're right. I mean,
I'm two-thirds Jamaican.
Yeah,
but,
they
I really couldn't understand
some of
a
the
lot
actors
of
went. Some of the actors had shitty accents. That's what it was. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of like made it fucked up. I think, you know, because I was excited about that too, but in the end, it was hard to follow a lot of it.
What didn't you like about?
Yo, but we got to talk. I was gonna say we got to talk
what?
about something Steve watched. Steve's in the back, like, "Hey guys, I'm bored."
Eddie said he didn't like Aquaman.
Aquaman.
You like Aquaman? That
I
movie was
couldn't
dope.
get into it. It was
What didn't you like?
things like certain things got to me a little bit. Like for example, when they were on boats, and I'm like, why is the story on a you both can swim?
Just stop right there. Just stop right there.
Come on,
That's why you don't like the whole movie.
No,
You are petty, bro. You are petty. That's petty.
Give me
It's
something
too
better.
cartoony.
Give me something
Eddie's
better.
that guy that you probably
Aquaman?
find something in
It's
every movie to
cartoony?
hate it.
I have nothing like super
Like you
personal. I
make a valid
really
point,
can't do it.
but if you pick apart those things, you're gonna ruin most entertainment because you're gonna find something stupid like that always, even in good material.
I feel like Black
But-
Manta was wasted.
Oh, he was.
Oh,
yeah,
he was-
That was shit.
They captured him great in the look and some of his action, but that actor I feel was terrible. An actor,
Bad.
he was bad, bro. I hated him.
And
He
then
was the. I'm
I
sorry.
thought he was gonna be main focus because I'm like, that's the villain. That's like Aquaman's like main issue right there. But it's like, oh no, we're keeping with Orin. I'm like, oh, we couldn't save
Orin
him.
was dope. Whoever that bad guy was, I thought he did a great. Like in other words, Aquaman,
Patrick, what's his name? Eddie Patrick.
Aquaman or mermaids, bro. Like how?
I forget his name.
Oh, is he Patrick Wilson or some shit? He's like Academy Award winner.
Yeah.
I look at it this way. You know how hard it is to make a mermaid come off really gangster and scary. He was a great villain. That dude was amazing. I forgot he was a fish. I was like, yo, he's a G. Don't fuck with this guy. This guy is dope. Manta sucked though. He was just a terrible villain, terrible actor. But I loved how they made him look. They captured him like great in that sense. At least like from the video game standpoint, I was a big fan of Injustice Part 2. I didn't follow the comic, but Manta Ray was my favorite character in Injustice 2. I will beat the shit out of you with Manta.
I still find it so
That was
weird
my
that,
guy.
that hope in that beginning scene with him where they try to kill Aquaman with his dad.
It-
And it's like, help us, Aquaman! Like you just
There was a lot.
to kill this man. Why
Oh,
you
yeah.
mad at him? Like,
There was. Yeah, now that you mentioned that part, that was one of 4 or 5 parts I could have totally did without in that movie. I should explain myself. There's movies I big up, like I did with Daybreak or something, and I'm breaking out like how analytical it is and this and that. Aquaman was fire just for action and special effects and eye candy, but the story was written very poorly,
Wait,
and it had some terrible scenes.
wait.
I guess that hit that ruffled a feather.
I think because of I was entertained the entire time, and for what it had to include and everything that it included, I thought it did it very well.
I thought it was a good DC movie. I think it's the best DC movie they ever made. I'm just saying in general,
Besides,
it had a few rough parts. One of the villains sucked. But yo, the Aquaman guy was a great portrayal. You know what I'm saying? The special effects were fire.
But yeah, no, I would say for best DC would probably recent DC. I'd either say Man of Steel or Wonder Woman. I personally speaking,
Man of Steel is probably the best one in general.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing I could find wrong with Man of Steel.
I mean, I could say that it was a little too deep.
Henry Cavill's body.
Really?
There was,
I was gonna say it's great because they were deep also.
No, the movie was deep, but then they had the real deep moments. Like you had to feel the weight of the importance of everything that's going on. Like, and I get that to a degree.
Yeah.
But it was like they had certain things. It was like, all right, I get it. Like Superman's is kind of like a big decision. Like everything with like his dad. Like, what am I supposed to do? Your secret is supposed to be hidden. I'm gonna die in that tornado. Don't help me because it's that important. You're that important. And I'm like,
but I think what that is the same thing that happens with every Spider-Man movie.
No one will see me.
But that's what happens with every Spider-Man movie. They tell the same story. Superman and Spider-Man is always the same fucking story.
But Spider-Man's like it has those cheesy elements to it, and it's like okay, it doesn't take itself that super serious.
I see what you're saying. It gets lighthearted.
Yeah, like
you guys.
The Superman shit I saw once. So I'm not even like gonna debate on that.
I still think it's a great movie though. It's just to me like it's just a little too deep and grim for.
But I can see what you mean. That that same story could get tired. If they just keep telling it. And they dwell on that. They either dwell on him losing the parents too much, or they dwell on the whole father doing too much. You know what I mean? So I could see
The Witcher.
No, I started to watch the first season, and then I decided, I want to play the game instead. But then I heard it's not connected, so it don't matter.
Well,
I heard it's like more of a prequel or something.
Well, they're starting out the show where it starts. Like it's The Witcher 3 is The Witcher 3. Like Ciri's still a child in The Witcher, the movie.
Yeah, so it's like before Witcher 3.
She's 3. She's grown up and she's badass.
So that's something I need.
So I heard you could watch it before the game, but I heard you would appreciate the show more if you play the game first. So I was like saving it for when I was done.
I watched the show before the game. I've always heard great things about it. Watched the show, I was like, I can fuck with it. It was pretty great. There's one episode that's just a masterpiece, and then you'd like it. The only problem I have to say is that the time span is confusing, and then it won't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't realize that it's actually out of order.
Yeah.
They don't tell you that it's actually out of order.
Okay.
Like halfway through the season.
Yeah.
So, and then you're like, wait a minute. So it's kind of cool. Like, wait a minute. Now I get it.
Yeah.
But there's some pretty cool fucking I think the 4th episode is like one of the best things I've ever seen. It was so good. And it just shows like the character Henry Cavill fucking kills it as Geralt, and like you're like all the characters.
He's another great actor, Henry Cavill.
I like that.
And he plays fucking Magic the Gathering and shit, and Warhammer. I'm like, I want to fuck this guy. He's so awesome.
I appreciate your honesty.
He's such a good actor. You ever see with Russia with Love? From Russia with Love?
Not yet.
That's a great movie. Great movie. Like I think it's one of his best movies because he plays this American just so well. Is he British? No, he's not British. Is he British?
He probably is. Almost all the actors we like are not American. They're from somewhere else. They either British or Australian typically. A lot.
All these American. He's British.
Yeah.
God damn. All these people that play like hard Americans are always like British.
Yeah.
Spider-Man. Both 2 Spider-Men are.
I wonder where our actors go. Like nobody hires us, or does Britain hire American actors?
China.
And America hires British actors.
China likes us. China likes white people. They want. Did you know there was I watched a whole documentary that you could be an actor in China. Okay, let me try to explain this. They'll be holding a conference for medical doctors, and they'll hire a white man, pretend he's a doctor to give the speech, but he's not a doctor because they hold white people so like on a pedestal. There's no fucking sense. The guy's like, I'm not even a fucking medical doctor, and I'm making a killing. They just hire me for shit.
I don't know what I'm doing here. I was just walking down the street. They just said, "Hey, you want to make 40 grand?"
I should go over there. Fucking speak for this big goof. I'm like, pay me for something.
Put me in a lab coat.
I'll sell whatever. Give me a lab coat. I'll break out. I don't know. I'll put on a show for you. Yeah, The Witcher I've been watching. I watched that. That was great. And then I never really haven't watched any shows. I'm gonna finish Daybreak now that Joyce mentioned it. And
Have you what part? Oh yeah, you talking about Parcher and Daybreak. So you're not up to the point where Mrs. Cookie or
Cookie?
Mrs. Crumble ring a bell?
no, the crazy one. She's a
Yeah.
goon, but she's sentient in a way.
Oh, I love it, son. Tell me she's not the dopest character, bro. All her scenes are the best
Fucking
scenes you ever
hilarious.
seen.
The one with the
And that little girl, bro. I can't get enough.
yeah,
And the
no,
principal too. Watch. The
I
principal, he
was
lights shit up.
yeah, he's exposed as the guy. You know, the one.
Oh, it's dope. Yeah. Wait till you see what happens. It's crazy. You gotta see Daybreak, bro. Watch that. Be
I'm
cool like us. But
I'm never-
unless you're gonna be petty, then don't tell me about
Don't
it.
be fucking petty because that boat thing. Like, I can't get over it. We enjoy literally have a conversation. If we keep you on the show right now.
Because like I get it, but you don't think that maybe he was on the boat because he didn't want to make the petty humans feel bad or something? Because you're like, why is the fish guy on a boat?
Are you talking about he was on a boat with the brill?
He's like, turn this shit off. I want my money back.
Mom.
I forgot when he was on the boat, but I just remember watching him on a boat, and I'm like,
How you
It
know he
is lit-
wasn't tired of swimming? His
Yeah,
little
he
fins was
fucking went
tired or
everywhere.
something.
You
Yeah, Eddie. Right? Do you drive a fucking car, Eddie, or do you use those human legs of yours? Your land legs.
He's full of shit.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm still using your land legs,
You know,
buddy.
you know how tiring it is to swim that fast?
Yeah. This fucking hypocrite over here driving a car instead of using his land legs.
fair enough.
He's like, man, these guys are mean. Yo, it happens though. Sometimes I was watching a show the other day and it got me tight. My fiance is watching Lost. Was it
Oh,
Lost?
God.
Yeah,
Should
it's
be-
Lost.
It should be
Today-
called unanswered questions.
Thank you. That's what I said. I said I hate that show because
Oh.
they don't answer any questions.
Fucking go deep right now.
So now it's not just me. All right. But what I want to complain about is there's this particular scene, right? Check this out. So the characters don't matter. So we got two people sitting on a couch, right? Excuse me. There's the two good guys, let's say, and there's a bad guy. So they're doing that thing where the good guys and the bad guys pretend everybody's neutral. So they're like, you want to enjoy some tea and biscuits? So they're enjoying some tea and biscuits, like literally they're drinking and eating something. And so they're going back and forth, and the son of the bad guys like, you know what? Let's stop pretending to play this game. And like, in other words, let's start our fight scene. This motherfucker stands up, grabs a huge glass pitcher, looks at the two good guys, and then looks at the wall over here and throws the glass against the wall, and then looks back at them and attacks them. Who does that? He didn't even at least, he picks it up and he telegraphs, and then he goes, like the director sucks. Either the actor and the sucks, and the director left it in, or the director sucks and told the actor to do it. But why would you write him not using the weapon? Like, he's the bad guy. He wants to jump, and then he gets up and he uses the glass like as to get the first attacker to jump, but you don't hit them with it. You throw it away from them. Like, at least
be distracted.
Like, at least in a scene, if you gotta have it where the good guys need to get the jump on the bad guy, but the bad guy needs to make an attempt, why couldn't he throw it at their feet or something? At least, or miss one of them. They move. You couldn't write that into the fucking story. He gonna throw it and you gonna move. What bad guy does that? It was trash. That show was like, turn this shit off. That was so disrespectful. I was like, they don't even deserve anyone to watch it.
This is J.J. Abrams' whole fucking thing. Is this mystery box bullshit that he even ruined Star Wars with? He ruined fucking Star Wars. It's always J.J.
I didn't realize it's the same guy that did all that.
Of course it is. It's J.J. Abrams.
I don't follow like the director's names.
All he does is he has this concept of the mystery box. So he'll have, like, me and you, all of us right here can create mysteries right now easily. Okay, let's think of a mystery first. Let's say like
I can think of a mystery. If one of us farted, who we know who farted.
let's say we're walking down the road and we see a glowing light and a beam of light shines at my eyes and we're like, what the fuck was that? And the whole show we got to figure out what that is. And then he never answers anything. He just has the mystery show itself, and then like theories that come to fruition. I mean, not come to okay. I'm getting caught up because I'm so angry.
No, I think I understand where you're getting at, though.
Everybody has these theories, but they're never fucking answered. and they're never.
Yeah, he leaves it too open
An
ended.
explanation of it. So
Yeah.
I mean, anybody can create a fucking okay, like in
Jay, can I ask you a question? Is that happen to be the guy who made Brightburn? Because
no,
Brightburn is an amazing movie, but I don't know why I think he's the guy that made it. So I'm just curious.
might have been
Bad
produced.
'Cause now, the only reason I ask is because all the movies you mentioned, they have that vibe. So it's definitely a thing with the guy. Like I'm
there's
saying,
the-
like I'm
but
agreeing with you.
he made he was like did Cloverfield. Remember Cloverfield?
Cloverfield's pretty good, but yeah, that's another movie where they really don't explain shit.
There's nothing explained. It's just there's a big
There's
creature.
no climax. He like gives you blue balls.
There's just this big creature. They had a whole bunch of viral marketing.
Damn, I couldn't even get a giggle for that. Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank
He
you.
did with Star Wars too, where okay, he did with Star Wars for the Force Awakens, where you have all these questions. How did Maz get fucking the lightsaber back? Why does Luke Skywalker not have a robotic hand? Who's Rey's parents? Blah, 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 blah. All this setup, and nothing's answered. If it's just not answered, is Poe.
I don't
and
follow
Finn
Star Wars
Force
like
sensitive.
that. But that sounds real frustrating. I do hate that when they just go too crazy with it. They change too many things. They go against too much lore, raise too many unanswered questions. It leaves you with a very unsatisfied feeling. And that's not what I want for my movies. I don't mind the occasional open-ended ending where you could theorize on the outcome.
Yeah, it's
But
like
you know, it could be done in a real like shitty manner. He
it's
sounds
sloppy
like
and
he's doing
lazy
it in a
because
shitty
it
manner.
seems like he's just spitting shit out.
How do you feel? How do you feel about M. Night Shyamalan? He has like a rhythm that I used to like, but he got predictable. Because pretty much when you watch his movie, whatever it looks like, I know it's the opposite automatically. So when the plot twist comes at the end, I already know what it is.
Well, okay,
Just
I'll
got
get to
lazy.
M. Night Shyamalan in a
Because he
second.
does the same style every single movie. He don't switch it up for shit.
Joe, I wanna.
I've seen all his movies too. Yeah.
Go
Huh?
ahead.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something, Steve. Because you want to get back to Shyamalan.
I will.
Uh,
I'll get in a second after you talk.
Okay, so no, my issue with Shyamalan is that lately he's just been lazy, or not lately, but like his last couple movies just been lazy, because you know how he does his whole big twist at the end, like I see dead people. But like if you go back to movies like The Happening, which is they should have stayed in the middle of the movie. I think it's plants, and then the plot was it was plants the whole time. That creepy guy, yeah, he was right. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then and other movies like what's other recent?
What was his last movie? I feel like
Glass.
his last movie was pretty good, and I was like, oh, maybe he's making a comeback.
Glass, it wasn't that good. It was
Oh
fucking
yeah, I enjoy Glass because I like the
cool
universe.
concept, but they ruined it in the beginning.
Glass.
Oh, you didn't like the beginning part. I thought you was gonna say they ruined it with the
I'll tell you
ending.
I'll tell you in a second.
Yeah, we'll get to that. So what are you saying?
I don't. I'm just tired of that. Kind of. Yeah, we're gonna tell you the fake out in the beginning of the movie, and hopefully you don't remember that, even though we just straight up said it. I hope you don't. I hope you forget that.
Well, shit, he's not even always obvious with the foreshadowing. What I mean is he's obvious is with the misdirection. So if he sets up something
Brand.
10 plot points in a row, then I already know not to get invested with what's being built on screen because I know whatever it is, it's definitely not that.
I mean, sometimes
he's always gonna misdirect you. He does it too.
Very direct though. Like, have you seen Signs?
I love Signs. That was one of his better ones. Signs, I love. I got nothing wrong with Signs. Signs was amazing.
But even that movie, like he just kind of straight up like when they caught a fucking alien in the cabinet, and this guy's leaving to some water house, lake house.
You see,
it's like I don't think they like water, and then they didn't like water. I'm like, okay.
For me, that one was what you just described right there might have been just I don't want to say poor story writing because sometimes it happens, but sometimes like it's just like an inevitable scene. Like they can't just have the water hurt them. They kind of got to write in the hint. It's almost like they have to show the water was around the area.
Yeah, but like
to justify it, which gives you the hint. You watch enough movies, you're like, oh, like yo, you could watch a movie and they'll do like a zoom in, let's say like on a shoe. That's something so insignificant. But because they zoomed in, I know that shoe's gonna be a weapon later point. And sure enough, the end of the movie comes. Remember that shoe they shown from season 1? That's the weapon the victim uses to escape. So it's like an inevitable thing from storytelling.
Well,
but what I was getting at, I'm sorry, again.
It's a visual medium, so anything you see is gonna be played into effect.
Yeah, it has to be like played. But what I was expressing about M. Night Shyamalan, Steve reinforced. But what I want to point out about Signs is Signs, I feel, was one of the movies where he actually experimented a little bit because he did tons of stuff that seemed irrelevant and or foreshadowing, depending on how you perceive it. And it all added up in the end. So, for example, he touched upon how the guy's life didn't turn out. Like the brother was supposed to be an amazing star, and it didn't turn out. So in your mind, you would think he had a tragedy, but it was actually a blessing in disguise. This dude's wife died, but the fact that she died was a blessing in disguise. If all these terrible things hadn't happened, they would never have been able to save the two children at the end of the movie. So that movie kind of had
It's about
a lesson, a lesson and a message all pulled in towards the end. Even the water, all the glasses of water left around the house, that annoying ass habit that his daughter had, if she hadn't had that, there wouldn't have been water right there. And if his wife didn't die, he never would have remembered to say swing. And if the son, the brother had gotten to the MLB, he wouldn't have been around to swing. And if he didn't have the talent of just hitting, but sucked at everything else, he would have made it. He needed the talent of just swinging to be strong enough to fuck the alien up. You know what I mean? Literally everything. The fact that he lost his faith. If he hadn't lost his faith, he would have been at the church. Like everything needed to happen to come down to the ending where they say, if he didn't have the asthma, literally, there's so many little things you could point out. So it was a little different. In his other movies, he does it in that misdirection, predictable style. In Signs, he was building a message to connect at the end.
I do. All like I said, I love that movie. But when I think about it, one thing actually I think does bug me are the aliens themselves.
They're not aliens.
It was awesome. They did them.
They're what? Were they mutants?
They're demons.
Oh, were they?
I liked it.
Yeah.
What is that like your interpretation of it?
A lot of people think that they're demons. I always thought they were demons.
Oh, you mean like?
I would take them if that was true. That'd make more sense. If I don't know if that's true or not, but because the whole alien thing always got to me, right? These guys came millions and millions of light years away, and the first planet they tried to invade is 70% of their biggest weakness, and they can't get through wooden doors. That blew my mind.
They don't act like aliens, like demons.
Yeah, if that's the case,
I want to watch it again now. Now you got me intrigued.
Religion.
I can see why you can say that, but part of me feels like maybe you're mistakenly thought to believe that because of the heavy tone on religion.
No, you're mistakenly thought to believe they're aliens.
Could be because I was gonna say they had crop circles though.
So maybe aliens talk about crop circles.
I like that.
So, but what you're implying is that demons make crop circles. Why would demons need crop circles? Crop circles, logically, you would think is some type of communication or mapping system. I'm just arguing if you believe in crop circles, and you would believe what would be the purpose of a crop circle.
Maybe demons fly around. Who knows?
Maybe the demons are just tagging up.
Demons have wings.
That's their gang. They're tagging up.
I will give it better props because then the water thing makes sense. Water's supposed to be.
What about?
I'm sure.
But maybe they didn't come to take over. Was it an invasion? What if it was a crash? I don't recall if they ever emphasized if it was a global invasion.
They were taking people. Yeah.
Yeah, they were like kidnapping people, and they just had.
So they had like news clippings. See, I don't even remember. Was there stuff going on in the world, or was it just the family under attack?
One night, like they were like, "Yeah, all right, everybody, shelter in. These things are taking people now."
Gotcha. Okay, so
and then the next day they just left. They're like, "Okay, yeah."
Well, think about War of the Worlds. Think about War of the Worlds. That was awesome. The Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
The ending, the aliens just died naturally. They came all this way.
Well, they came all that way. Yeah, they didn't have the antibodies. That to me makes more sense. That's not visible or like when it.
Well, I guess what I'm saying is,
it rained. These things should have known. All right, maybe we should leave.
But you see, you just. Sometimes you can't. It's weird because I know I just brought up example of logic, like when the bad guy threw the whatever. But like you gotta sometimes remove logic from the movie. Like you spoiled the whole fucking movie. Like in other words, like you're like, why would these guys come all the way here to invade if water kills them? But what if they didn't know? Like I could easily argue, like it's not a real story, right? So let's say it was. No one would know. All we could do is speculate. So you're speculating, like I don't know, you don't know why, and I would argue they didn't know.
But
so if you do that, now you can enjoy the movie like a normal human being.
Yeah, I guess the wooden doors get to me too, though. Like they couldn't get through these wooden doors. Like,
He
Look at the
was
protocol.
tired, bro.
Look
That
at
was
the
a good door.
protocol.
That was the old style wood. You know how good those
Well,
doors are?
the door handle was silver, which is like against demons. You can't open the door.
See,
handle.
that's
Ah, okay.
if the demons like I would
Was it a
have
silver
more,
door?
like
Was it a silver
respect
door?
for that.
I think there was a silver handle or some shit. For that.
I want to watch that shit again now.
I
Now
mean,
I'm
they used
curious.
the axe to stop it, which again blows my mind. They couldn't get through that. They used the axe, they jammed the axe to the door, and they couldn't get through that. And I don't know, maybe the axe was
Well, maybe I mean, there's a lot of things you can argue. So that's why I say I think you're being petty because it's open ended because they didn't have muscles. What if they're really weak physically?
Yeah, back to J.J. Abrams. He fucking sucks.
You know? No, but I'm saying like in other words, I'm joking with the petty, but I guess to be fair, what I mean to say is maybe you're overthinking or being too hard on the concept. You know what I'm trying to say?
Nah.
Well, I mean, if it's part of a movie, I'm trying to be immersed in it, and if like I figured out these things were weak to water, I'd just take the hose and just go outside and like, come on, let's do this.
Think
But
about
that's what Steve said before.
it.
You know,
In a sense,
some
like,
points in a movie, you got to let it flow because if they would have got through that door, you wouldn't have a movie. They would have got through the door and killed everyone, like in the movie. Like if movies were 100% realistic, they wouldn't last 2 hours. The bad guy wouldn't be able to survive a fall from the fucking building into a plane. You know what I mean? Like
you don't always have to describe everything or explain everything. Like maybe they were in such desperate need of some resource that we had, they had to come to the planet. That's
another good,
80%
another good
80% water.
assumption.
I mean, we make sacrifices all the time, going dangerous places
Yeah.
that we can't survive.
So my advice, Eddie, is try not to think too much when you watch the movie.
Like, stop being a fucking prick.
Because you might have enjoyed the movie. Yeah, you might have enjoyed it.
Don't say it. Stop being a fucking
I love
prick.
the movie. Like I will hold up to that because I feel like the best part of that movie was the human elements.
What about Village? I thought Village was good. You know, Village was his third movie, so I didn't know about his scheme yet. He fooled the shit out of me with Village. This is what I'm
yeah, no, that did get to me. That did get
What happened?
Oh, yeah, I love
the problem with M. Night Shyamalan was his brand is about this fucking what a twist. You ever see Robot Chicken?
What's the twist?
Oh, no, I never did.
You know what's gonna come? Some of them he gets away with and they're good. Others he's like it's like forced almost. Like
Yeah.
Think of Glass. Glass was awesome, and the beginning of Glass should have been the end of Glass, where he meets him in the fucking in that. Remember, he finds where he's keeping the cheerleaders, and like they're about to fucking fight and go down. Shit's about to go down. The Beast versus the cloaked man.
Yeah.
And, then they're like, stop, and like they get captured, and then they all die in the end. Stupid as fuck. And then like, at the end, they force this twist that's like, we hunt superhumans down.
When that came, I sat there like, okay, I expected this. And that's M. Night Shyamalan. He has to, like you said, he had to force a plot twist in. But considering the fact that he had to force a plot twist in, I thought it was good storytelling. Maybe not good storytelling in the sense of it's authentic or innovative or it has a good flow because you could sense the forcing. But imagine if it was a comic book or imagine if it was a TV show.
It would be boring as fuck.
No, that would be the dope shit they would write in. That whole plot twist at the end. If that was a TV show, I feel like you would have received it differently. But it's boring. You're like,
nothing happens.
Well, now you're talking about two different things. We're discussing the end. Now you're talking about the movie as a whole as well. As far as the movie as a whole, I can see why you say it was boring because it was mostly talking conversation scenes.
It was the actors that saved the movie because they're good actors.
That's what I was going to get at. I'm the type of person where I know it's an acquired taste, but I could appreciate dialogue-heavy movies. I'm a huge
team for that. The movie's boring.
That's what I'm saying. I beg to differ. I thought
the dialogue doesn't.
I thought the dialogue was fascinating. I loved how she was breaking down and trying to convince all three of them that they were crazy, and she was trying to. And the whole time, I'm like, don't believe him because if y'all didn't really have powers, they wouldn't have such aggressive security measures. You know, if they didn't believe you motherfuckers was the real deal, they wouldn't have all these shits to keep you under control. So I was just knew eventually it would come down to them escaping. And I knew there would be a plot twist. And it was a plot twist that's predictable too. You could even say that. You know, there was like I kind of saw it coming. But in spite of that, I'm a huge fan of the universe, the lore, and the characters. So I enjoyed it.
They killed everybody off. They killed Bruce Willis. He's the best.
That's what upset me. I didn't like the fact that everyone died. I thought that's what I would have did differently. But everything else, I kind of know, like he's gonna do that. That's M. Night Shyamalan. So I kind of like was giving him a pass.
My favorite movies of his is Signs, Sixth Sense, of course, scared the shit out of me as a kid, and then I love I love Lady in the Water. I know people don't like that movie.
That was
I fell asleep. That's the only one of his I never saw because I fell asleep. I don't remember shit about it. So like 15 minutes.
I
talking
thought it was just so weird.
I'm
Also,
talking about-
like he puts himself as Messiah in the movie when he's actually in the movie.
you
The
know,
writer,
maybe he deserves it. He's fucking made awesome movies.
That movie seemed like a boring movie. From what I understand,
It's a cool movie. Paul
people told me
Giamatti
it had no plot, it had no purpose or something, right? Or am I mistaken?
but
If
I
you
don't know.
think Glass has a plot and not Lady in the Water, Lady in the Water is a good plot.
I guess what I mean to say is, was there a problem to solve? Was
No,
there?
people were just like people were so. I guess because of the timing of when it came out, people were so used to M. Night Shyamalan doing like a lot of like scary shit and like twists. There's not really a twist.
I think that's what it was. Yeah, it's not a
se.
twist. It's not a suspense thriller. It's just
Yeah,
like a story, like
Yeah,
you would read or something.
yeah.
Like
It's
it
like
would
a
have.
fairy tale.
It seemed like it would have been a better book. That's the
It's
impression I
a
got.
fairy tale that where nobody knows who they are, and they have to.
That's a plot twist. They
and
were
the
really
people
fairy
that
tale
like,
creatures.
no,
That sounds
not
cool.
really. Okay, I'm
Oh,
not
that
describing
sounds
the movie.
fair.
I'm saying the theme is that you don't know nobody knows who they are, and even the assumptions of who you are may not always be correct. So what happens is it's like almost like a cool like fairy tale from another world, like this Narf they're called. She's like an underwater creature played by Bryce Dallas Howard. Is Paul Giamatti kills it. He's a great actor. He's a sad, lonely man in this complex, this homemade complex, and you know there's all different characters in this complex and shit. And he's the landlord, right? And he's a sad guy, and like it's almost like you want to believe in magic in the world still. So this Narf comes, uh, somehow he saves her, or right, Eddie? Like she comes,
shit.
she steals something, he finds her,
And like,
and,
doesn't like the wolf like pluck off certain people,
yeah,
or there's like a wolf involved?
she gets like a there's a Narf. She can't go. She's trying to go, but she's like able to study the world for a little bit, then go back home. But then there's this fucking scary ass grass wolf from another world that's able to like hunt her down. And she's like, "Why is he hunting me? I'm nobody." It turns out she's like going to be a queen Narf or some shit, and then they have to gather like this group of people from the complex that have been drawn to this place in a way. It's like that.
There's
They,
a,
they
Now I kind of want to watch it.
this is what I'll say about the movie. The
But then
story,
one second,
storytelling is good.
one second, one
Yeah.
second. And then the people that you think are the characters, because they have to find like a healer, a protector. You think turns out it might not be them, you know, and they got to find somebody else. It's really fucking cool, and it's just a cool fairy tale. It's like the creatures were cool. I don't know. I liked it, and the acting is awesome. What did you not like about Eddie?
I'll say it's good storytelling. My only, it's just to me, like I said, it's just weird. There's moments where I just get weirded out, like the one guy who has like the one buff arm in the complex.
Yeah, but that's cool because it's like think of like any video game character you have. Like the guy usually has a set of armor, and let's say he's a gunner. Like if I play Monster Hunter, my gunner side is all protected on this side because I hold the gun like this. So
It just looked weird. I'm like,
Yeah.
It's playing against. It's
literally
playing
a
into
character.
archetypes. It sounds like
what?
you mentioned. It looks like it's playing into archetypes. You mentioned healer,
Yeah,
so it kind of has a class video game effect.
yes,
Feeling
it's like a class video game.
class based.
and when Paul Giamatti was acting like a kid, that weirded me out. Like,
Yeah, he acted like a kid because he had to get the.
yeah, he had to get the. I understand why he did it, but it was like I'm just like watching this. I'm like, this is.
There's some funny, charming stuff in the movie. You'd like it. Go watch it, Joey. It's a good movie. I don't care what
You
it
ever
is.
start to yawn and it don't come out? I feel
Yeah.
gypped.
It's called cancer. You got cancer. It's a good
Oh,
movie.
what was the name of the movie?
The Village was good too.
Yeah, The Village was good. I put that on the good list. He did the video. He did the movie with the old people. What was that called?
Fuck.
Visitors. The Visitors.
The Visit.
The Visit.
That was good.
What's
too.
funny is I never saw The Visit, and I
It's like
completely predicted the whole plot twist, the whole ending. I didn't watch it. I waited till people watched it, and I had someone describe it to me, and I predicted that whole shit. That was one of those times where his style ruined the whole movie.
See, I had no idea.
How'd you have no idea? If he's setting them up to be demonic, then obviously they're not demonic, which obviously would make them psychopaths. I knew they were psychopaths impersonating the grandparents.
I didn't know they were impersonating them.
Oh, you thought like maybe their real grandparents are crazy?
Yeah, I didn't really care. At that point,
There was a point in the trailer where they made note to mention the children haven't seen their grandparents in enough years to know what they even look like. right there and then I knew they were
I wasn't catching anything because I didn't have any faith. And I wasn't really paying attention to the movie,
yeah.
so I wasn't being that. I'm sure if I gave myself if I was actually paying attention, I would
Yeah.
be able to get it.
He was he was selling it and promoting it as a horror film.
Yeah.
And then that part that was mentioned, I'm like, yeah, it's not a horror film. You look at the trailers that climbed up the fucking walls. I'm like, that didn't really happen. It's one of those things where it like plays tricks on you or something.
Yeah.
I was like, but watch them have no powers at all, no demonic powers. They're just regular psychopaths that killed the grandparents and they're in the basement or something.
Now going back to earlier conversation, and it also relates to this one. After Earth.
That sounds familiar. Is that the Will Smith movie?
That's the Will Smith one.
That's one of the movies that I can see why people thought it was boring, but I still enjoyed it.
Oh my god, it was horrible.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it was a good movie. There was just things about it I enjoyed, but yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and defend it or say it was fire. It was one of those things where I could recognize it's an acquired taste.
The worst movie I've ever seen in my life. Jaden Smith is the worst.
You know, I didn't like the whole shit of how he died so early. I didn't like the direction where it turned, like from the middle to the end. But what I enjoyed was the whole world.
Wait, who died?
Doesn't Will Smith like die mad early in the film, and it turns out the whole movie's the son?
He survives.
No,
Everybody,
his leg's broken.
Yeah, his leg's just broken. He's just guiding his son, yelling at him, "You're not doing it better. Do it
Okay.
better."
I don't really remember it too much.
He has no personality whatsoever, which makes no sense because you could be fearless and have personality. Right?
Yeah, that's the one time Will Smith wasn't Will Smith, and it it really didn't work.
Cardboard cutout of Will Smith.
Yeah.
He's done so much good shit though, So it is what it is. He's done a lot of work where there's tons of movies you guys didn't see with him in it that he killed.
Jaden Smith came to Will Smith with his fucking dumbass script and was like, "Let's make a movie, Dad. We have tons."
That's his own script. I thought that was like a book that they just turned into a movie.
I think it was original.
But
I didn't realize that. That was another thing too. I thought it was a book movie, so I'm not gonna be like the storyteller.
That's a Shyamalan movie.
Yeah, but he's asking, was it?
I didn't even fucking know that. Where's the plot twist?
There's none. The Rage. No, there was Fear. Don't be afraid.
That's like a lesson. I guess it's not a plot twist.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, no clue. That's M. Night Shyamalan. No clue.
After Earth was a book, a novel.
Okay, so was it still done by M. Night Shyamalan?
Yes.
All right, so that's why he couldn't change it. He was just going by the book, and he happened to do it. But the shit with the plot twist, those are the ones he wrote himself. He wrote those scripts, so that's like his style.
I'm trying to see.
And that would explain why After Earth is not that good. A lot of movies that come from books are kind of boringish and have shitty endings.
They're all fucking amazing. Isn't like Schindler's List of books?
No, not all of them. Half of them. And you're going into the older stuff. The older stuff, those older books, the ones that made the best movies, they already did them. They exhausted them and they rebooted them. Then they go look for other books and it just don't translate to the movie.
Called Twilight. I don't know.
Like The Road. The Road is an example I can think of. The Road was an incredible book I read. One of the worst movies I ever saw.
I've never seen the movie. I didn't know there was a movie.
The movie was crap. Just read
Get that out of here. Get that out of here. We get sued.
I never like that or watch.
So if you're saying there's no books that are amazing movies, like we need to get you some books.
I'm saying not books that are
I don't know if you've seen 50
pop culture driven. Like that's a book that's written with pop culture in mind. She knew she was already appealing to a certain culture, crowd, demographic. Other books where they just write a book and then they're like, you know what, it was a good book, let's make it a movie. It doesn't always turn out to be a good movie. But she sat there and she knew she was writing a hit story that girls are gonna love. Like Shades of Grey is another example. The Hobbit books.
Well, first of all, J.R.R. Tolkien was back in like the 30s.
Like those book ones don't count. Lord of the Rings, those movies don't count. I'm talking about like there's mad movies you don't even know was a book,
Shawshank Redemption was a book by Stephen
You see,
King.
yeah, you're bringing up the amazing classics. You gotta after those are mad long ago. But yeah, those are all amazing movies.
Classic. Not Into You was a book.
What?
He's Just Not That Into You was a book. That was a good movie.
Again, those are the classics. Try to go past the classics. I guess try to think of 2000 and up.
Yeah, he's not
anything before 2000.
That's not a classic.
Oh, He's Not Into You. I'm thinking of a different movie. I've never seen He's Not Into You. Who's in it? He's Not Into You.
Like every actress and actor possible at the time.
Give me some examples so I can see if I watched it. I was thinking of it. I don't know why. I thought you said 10 things I hate about you.
Oh, Crazy Rich Asians was a great movie.
Crazy Rich Asians was a book.
Yeah.
I never watched that movie or read the book. What's it called? Crazy Asians, you said?
Crazy Rich
stuff.
Asians.
Yeah, Crazy Rich Asians.
Crazy Rich Asians. Nah, I never watched or seen any of those.
Um,
But a lot of the whack movies are books. Like what I'm telling you is a true thing. I just can't have any evidence. I can't think of any to prove.
I Am Legend's a book, and it was completely different.
Yeah, I know that's the book too. But again, those are like books that are like pop culture. It's gonna be popular fiction. Then they got these other books that are just like I guess serious stories or dramas that just become boring movies.
Everything's boring. If you want to read more about boring movies, go to facebook.com.
I guess it's hard to say that most movies based on books suck, but I would say at least half, is good. No, because nothing about you can bring up a lot of examples, so I don't want to say my statement is based on a whole, because there's lots of good examples you can think of. Like while you mentioned all those, I thought of like 10 in my head that were like great movies that come from a book.
Wait, what were we talking
Again,
about?
there are a lot of them classics.
Shyamalan before?
Were we talking about movies?
You were mentioning movies that were great movies that were based on books, because I said that a lot of movies based on books suck.
Oh, okay.
That's where we're at. I think so, right? Did I get that right, Eddie? I got nothing else to add. Stop staring at me.
Okay.
Sometimes the lag creeps me out. I just saw y'all both staring at me, and I'm like, I got nothing to add to that.
We're going to intermission right now, okay? So when we come back, Jose will show it. Yeah, we gotta go to intermission.
No, I quit. I refuse.
I'll see you.
I'm gonna burn this bitch down. Not edit that. I don't even want to make jokes about everything going on right now. That's the beauty of editing.
We're going to intermission right now. Joey will come back.
No, time out. What? You gotta say that whole shit again, because you gotta cut out the joke I just made about burning shit down. You trying to get me?
Okay.
I mean, I think it's that bad.
I'm coming back in 3.
Nah, I don't want it. All right, so I'll stop being a dick.
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. So Joey, you said you wanted to burn shit down. Is that what you were saying?
I was really fucking you slow. You saw my eye. I was doing my eye trick. Wait. Oh, I can move my eyes independently. Did I ever show you guys that?
Yeah.
Oh fuck, I'm ruining it because I'm under pressure. No, but I can literally move either eye. I'm just under pressure.
Stop.
We'll do it after intermission.
All right, I'll go to intermission. We'll be back shortly. Stay with us, guys. There we go.